ourselves.
Oh, I've
So
been watching
started.
those at work, by the way.
Oh, nice. That's fun. Hopefully they're helping, because there's lots of stuff that I think has gotten recontextualized, going forward, and like I even rely on them for notes from time to time. So, like, I enjoy watching them as well. All right. So last time on Icedale, Rime of the Frostmaiden, we found ourselves coming back in a very tense moment at the end of the fight with the Dragon Man, Jinglong Kai. You guys had just had it revealed to you that his partner was your long lost companion Ravenous. So you guys kind of all stood with a bit of a Mexican standoff going on for a bit of time before finally it was agreed upon that everybody should just move to the fire, settle down, talk it out at this point, since you've kind of come to an agreement. This was kind of accepted by the party. Kara helped Mace limp his way over to the fire. Xinglong went and kind of got his coat and went back into human form. Ravenous went and sat down next to him. And he seemed to actually be talking a lot to you guys, which was something I don't know if you guys picked up on, as opposed to using the telepathy that he used to. But in general, you all managed to sit down and have a fairly nice conversation and figure out that, yes, it was indeed possible for him to take the flower and you guys to then take the plant after. It was sort of essentially finally decided on, we'll just get to, that he would take, once the flower bloomed, package the plant up and bring it first to the Ruslan village. Kara marked it on a map for him. And if Magnus was not there, or if the village was not there, he would be to bring the flower to Easthaven and give it to Imdra, who would hold it for either you or Magnus, whoever came forward first. With that, the party kind of just settled into a more friendly atmosphere, managed to have conversations with this dragon man and learn that he was from another realm, as he so claimed. This interested most of the party for one reason or another. Kara's interest more in, another planar warrior like her. Mace in some of the interesting things he was saying about how his world seemed to function and the things that he was able to kind of pick up on about Mace and the things that he claimed about him. His different worldview about Mace and what, being what he was. And then eventually the party also kind of watched as he performed this little alchemy ritual with the potion that Kara once again reoffered to him. That she said, it's better to have a backup than not, right? And basically, because of her altruistic purposes, he said, well, if it's my potion anyway, I might as well try. And he managed to reproduce 3 pills worth of that same potion. Like I said, Mallow got interested in this, and he basically said, well, look, that's something I kind of want to learn. Can you teach me? And for the first time, I think since the party has met Mallow, we watched as he actually humbled himself to another human being, or some sort of being.
Another being.
Yeah.
Well, if you're
It was
scamming him, let's be honest.
yeah, it was at least an interesting notion though that Mallow was willing to apologize to Ravenous for their past interactions and was claiming that he was indeed trying to be a changed man, and it definitely seemed like a pretty good foot forward in that direction. Whether it's deception or not, we will definitely come to find out at some point, I think, to your point, but I thought it was a good moment, so I kind of want to touch on it a little more there. Regardless, with that, the party eventually kind of decided to settle down for the night. Kara went and bedded down with her dogs, saying, fuck it, I'm just going to trust these guys good enough. If they wanted to kill us, they would have killed us earlier.
I gotta run downstairs
No problem.
and grab a notepad really quick. I'll be right back.
Yeah, no problem at all. With that, I think it was Mace decided to power down, low power mode, but he would kind of watch out. And Ravenous as well was asked by Jinglong to be a guard for the night for some reason. Party, I don't think, knew this about Ravenous at this point, but you definitely came to learn Mace as you were low power mode. He didn't seem to need to sleep during the night, much like you. Although he was able to do a little bit more light activity than you. You needed to be in kind of this powered down mode, but he was actually able to just kind of poke at the fire and just be at general lightly active, I believe is how it's phrased or something. But with that, the party tried to go to sleep, slept for half the night, and ended up being accosted by a herd of Craig cats, who had basically been cowed into the clearing by a blizzard. Not that you guys would know that. And they basically said, hey, either a free meal and some shelter, or we die in the blizzard anyways, let's go. And they tried to kill the party. It was not a great matchup for them. Jinglong basically roasted a couple of groups, leaving essentially only like 6 to 8, I think, that the party had to deal with total. And you guys managed to shred them down pretty easily. I don't think it was this fight, but for the most part, you guys hit the cats, and I think the only thing that was actually no, they were even failing saving throws because that was supposed to be kind of an advantage for them, but just bad rolls, and the cats went down. With that, you went back to sleep, having I think cut a couple of them into rations at a minimum, but otherwise the bodies were dragged off by Jinglong as to not draw in any other beasts seeking prey, and you guys slept the rest of the night. You woke up in the morning, rested well enough to continue back upon your journey, and basically said, "All right, good luck with your flower. We're gonna head back towards the Goliath village." Actually, there's one little thing I forgot. Let me mention this, just quick passive. You did find out the night before that Chance has had a bit of a change of heart and form, which was definitely a interesting little tidbit. We'll see where that ends up. But yeah, you guys headed back towards the Goliath village, the Ruslan village, and basically found a relatively excited Petja and Magnus, as they claimed pretty bold-faced to you guys after a certain point that with the blackmail that Magnus now had and the girl kind of on their side, he and Petja were going to go on some sort of adventure and do something to the people who were apparently plotting against this Goliath village. They basically said it's going to be a while because they're still waiting for a whole bunch of other Goliaths to come back from challenges first. But if they do happen to leave beforehand, you guys basically informed them of the deal about bringing the plant to Imdra. And Magnus said, "Yep, okay, good job." And there was a moment of hesitation as suddenly the air got a little staticky. And he freaked out, screaming to the sky, claiming his god was someone that he hated sometimes, and that the party didn't really deserve a reward because they hadn't completed their job, and yet immediately afterwards he turned to you and tossed a reward Kara's way. With that bit of interaction done, you learned that you got basically an amulet as a reward, but no one in the party has yet to take and utilize it, so it is unknown what it does or what sort of an amulet it is. And with that, you guys continued on your way back towards the 10 towns. Heading back, we did find a little bit of issue when the party ran into yet another frost giant riding a mammoth. It yelled out at the party, and Mace started to translate for them that it was seeking its vengeance for its brethren who had been slain by adventurers in the area. And either you guys would have to give it some gold to prove that you weren't those adventurers, or it would kill you assuming you were those adventurers.
Not the smartest
Can I
giant.
just state? Can I just say that giving him gold doesn't mean anything? Like,
Oh man, hey, he wanted riches, all right. So you would have had to offer enough to him essentially. But yeah, so with that, Mace was like, "Good sir, that does not sound like a fair deal." And Kara said, "What deal?" And Mace told her what he had said in Giant, and she went, "Gank the bitch." And so the party moved in and started
I heard
to
him.
gank the bitch.
Oh yeah, we murdered him
Yeah, oh yeah. No, that's basically how it
because
went too.
Mallow understands it too.
That is fair, but it was just Mace was the one who was translating for the party. But yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that was literally the response was when Kara heard the translation of what he wanted, she was really like, "Ah, fuck him." It's like when the reasonable one in the party turns into Mallow, okay, this guy's done fucked. But you guys
Mallow turns into the reasonable
one, yeah, right. But regardless, you guys did head off
I'd like to think I'm consistent.
and kill, or at least try and kill this thing. However, in the process of doing so, we found some sort of other adventurer seemed to stumble across this scene and actually called out to Mace and Mallow, who were at the time up close and personal and beating the shit out of the mammoth and the Goliath, the mammoth and the frost giant, I should say. And you guys definitely took it as, okay, well, seems to know us, hopefully he's here to help, and he ran up and he seemed to help, and you're like, okay, let's finish this fight and then we'll worry about it. So you finished the fight, beat the ever-living fuck out of the giant first, knocked him off his mammoth mount, and then, although Mallow had taken a good stomp or two from the mammoth, he ended up basically slaughtering the mammoth as well, though I think it was finished off by someone else, I forget who, sorry.
No,
Did most of the damage, though.
I don't think he hit me.
The mammoth stomped you at least once, but you hit at least 2 crits on it, if memory serves. I know it was at least 1 because there was.
Everybody.
No, I
hit
think you
crits,
did.
but
I think no.
I killed
Mallow
the
hit
giant.
2 crits.
I know that.
Mallow
'cause I
definitely hit
had
2
that
crits.
whole
Leif, I
little
think,
bit
hit 2 crits
there.
as well throughout the fight. Regardless, yeah, you guys beat the shit out of everything. And actually, no, I think Mallow, you did kill the mammoth with your second crit. Regardless, yeah, you guys shredded those things, no problem. And afterwards, Mace, being the rational, logical person he is, went, "All right, new guy, how the fuck do you know who we are?" And the new guy went, "Imdra sent me to help. She gave me descriptions, and you guys stand out really bad." And you went, "Oh yeah, okay, that checks." So then you accepted this new guy into your party, and it seemed to make sense, right? So I was like, all right, cool. This new guy.
Speaking of people, did we losing Blake tonight?
We are. I'm sorry.
We
Yeah,
did.
you weren't here when I said so
Okay.
earlier. He is unable to make it. One of his old military buddies stopped in for the night. So, regardless, like I said, yeah. At that point, you guys did pack up on the dock sleds again. You headed back down towards Caerconic, and we basically ended the night on us pulling into Caerconic, knowing you're at the safety of the tent town. But it is about 1 a.m. and you are all headed towards the inn, and have not quite decided, how you wanna. Do you want to just go to bed? Do you want to talk a little? At this point, it doesn't really matter. We didn't actually do the long rest, so figured I'd not assume. And that's where we come back in. If you want, you could just say take the long rest, and we wake up in the morning. I'm okay with that too. Just like I said, if there's anything that you guys are looking for, I'm assuming you guys go to the inn, so one of the proprietresses would be there. And
Yeah.
Would just oh, God, it's late. All right, come on, let's go. One of the rooms is still available. Just get up and use it. Pay in the morning. We know you guys.
Thank you.
Mallow goes into a room, and then he wait. Are we all doing the pillow forts again?
I mean, you saw she basically points you all to the same room. So if you make a pillow fort and take beds from others, they're gonna have to deal with it.
No, there's probably still a pillow fort that we have made in there.
No, dude. You guys have been gone for. Let me see. You left. It's been a lot of time that's passed. I think that it might not have been super clear. So This will be good for recontextualizing. But let me see. You arrived at Caerconic on day 30. So since you were last here, it's been 4 days. Specifically since you were last in this town. So they would have cleaned the room,
Yeah.
and they would have fixed your bed, your
No.
pillow fort. It's gone, dude.
No, they obviously left the coolest pillow fort they've ever seen.
Fort Kick-Ass.
I would
Mallow
like
hung
to
sign
roll a
on it, right?
contested roll. I'd like to
They
make a
pay more. You
contested
have to-
roll to see if
Oh,
my
God.
pillow
have to
fort
pay
is
more
still
for that
there.
room.
Yeah, you have to just keep the room the entire time. No. Your fort's not there. Sorry, buddy. They run a pretty good joint here.
I immediately just
would,
go make another one.
I would put on the amulet to identify it.
Okay, so if you put on that amulet to identify it, would technically take your amulet. Like, you can't wear 2 amulets at the same time, right? As far as I'm aware. So you'd have to
I
unattune
can
from the other one.
technically, I can technically wear more than one amulet. It's
No, I
it's
don't
not like
think so.
it's not like Baldur's Gate 3. You can't. It's not like it's an item slot.
No, I
so long
believe
as
it
I have
is.
Well, I
attunement.
mean,
I
how-
believe it
Yeah.
technically does work that way, because like when you had your bracers of defense, you can't technically switch out for another bracer item. Like, you can't use 2 bracer items at once. So like
Yeah.
the gloves that
Care-
Harrison linked a while back would not work with a bracers of defense as well. As far as I'm aware.
Kara, let me. I can figure out what this is tonight.
And here's the thing:
Hang
I'm
on
not
with
saying that you
this.
can't
Just a
just
handout.
like take your thing off for the night, try this one, and then change them out in the next rest. Like, it's totally fine to just swap them in and out. I'm just
No, I
saying.
mean, if Mallow's volunteering for it,
Yeah,
I'll-
Okay. Yeah, totally fine too.
watch
Yeah,
out.
Mallow
It might
takes
change
it.
your alignment.
That's fine. Oh God, you're gonna take me off of chaotic evil? Oh no!
Okay. So yeah, if your intention is to just
I just simply want to
do
identify
the-
what it is.
if Mal's looking to do the identification with the choice at the end, then yeah, he spends about an hour, I guess, after building your fucking pillow fort.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah, we
sitting
build
in
a.
it. He's sitting
Yep.
in it. He's meditating again. Like, you guys, you can hear at some point he's like, yeah, start that fire. Oh fuck, that's not what I'm supposed to be thinking about again.
You just see a little fire in my crotch. Ah!
No, wait, no, I don't have my thing out. No. Oh, God damn it. I need to bring my pot out more
What-
when I'm going to bring fire. Wait, hold on.
what I do want to state is that this time though that you see Mallow meditating, like I have like my pants on or whatever, and it's very like monk traditional pants, and I'm just crisscross applesauce in there, no shirt, and you can see like Mallow has become so much more relaxed as time has gone on now that like his body almost like droops a little bit and changes, like it's almost like a jello that's just constantly moving now because he's not always as tense. He's just way more relaxed around everyone now is all that I'm trying to get at.
Are you a blobfish?
No, but it's just the fact like he's not focusing on staying as one person. Like he's actually able to relax and not try to keep a facade. If that makes sense.
So would you revert back to Mallow,
Patchwork Mallow.
Patchwork Mallow?
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's
Scars.
basically just in his base state.
Oh yeah, fucking back is covered with all the scars and all the stuff that.
Not that you guys can see it. He's in a fort right now.
Right.
Oh no, I don't sleep in the fort. That's for everybody else. Mallow doesn't sleep in the fort.
Okay, this is your corner of the room. The rest is my room.
No, he's he's just sitting on the table, being the most in the way, but just
Blobfish.
super calm.
You're not
Mallow
wrong, by
the
the way.
blobfish.
Yeah, you're not wrong. So you guys, I guess if his mask is
Exactly.
off, you would definitely see it is once again his face that has those just slightly misaligned facial features. Feel like they're just a little out of place from where they should be. But regardless, he's sitting there focusing on this amulet, and you would come to find at the end of your rest, the amulet doesn't seem to sense in any way that has a direct effect. What you sense is this amulet seems to cast some sort of a divine aura around you, but the effect of that aura does not seem to be defined in any particular bonus or gain that you physically feel at the moment. So I guess to better phrase this to you, you can tell it does something, but you can't tell what. And I know that's not how most magic items work, but this one's a little different. And you can kind of tell that.
I will. The next so this is the next morning. Is everyone else awake yet? Then
Now you gotta become religious.
Yeah, I mean, so the learning about this would end after an hour of meditation before your long rest.
okay.
So you could technically tell the group about this if they're not already asleep, but
Could it would I know that I need to just not focus harder, but is this something that would Mallow know I need to meditate for a couple days?
nope.
To figure out.
So you actually can tell. The interesting thing is it doesn't feel to you like you're not being told what this thing is doing. It's more that you seem to be unable to grasp the concept for some reason. You can tell it has something to do with protection, but the benefit does not seem to be, you don't suddenly feel like, oh, I now know I can use this ability. Oh, I now know that I'm feeling super strong. Oh, I now know that I can survive 20% more damage. You physically can't actually tell what it's doing for you. You can just feel that it would be actively working to protect you if you choose to attune to it and use it, but you don't get what that protection is. It seems like oddly unclear to you for some reason. And every magic item you've experienced before, and you would have there's just ones that you've already had, but even back in your training with your father, he would have, of course, taught you what attunement was like and how all that works. And this one just feels different. Like it's not like any magic item that you've ever felt. Like it doesn't. It just sits weird with you, but you can definitely tell it's doing something, just not what.
I am gonna take it to Mace.
Interesting. Okay.
At night or the next morning? Is this the next
Tonight, because he doesn't sleep.
That's fair.
Well,
yeah.
I do, but I don't. You're right.
Yeah, you're on like powered
Yeah.
down mode. So Mace is just kind of sitting in the corner. He doesn't even like move his head as you approach, but his eyes glow and he looks at you.
I wasn't. Oh no! I was gonna be a dick and just like slightly tap his head, but in a kind manner. I'm like, hey.
No, I think that we kind of determined, at least in terms of at least a Jinglong's campfire, that Mace can be aware of what's going on. He's just kind of
It's like sentry mode.
inactive. Yeah.
I sit down in front of him because I'm assuming you're sitting, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I'm just gonna.
It would be just sort of like a kneel down, sort of, just sitting on the on like I guess the backs of my feet, kind of thing.
Are you just umpire stance? That's what I'm
No,
imagining.
I think he more means like a seiza, like a Japanese seiza.
Okay.
Right? That's what I was
Yeah,
thinking
that kind of thing.
there. Yeah.
Okay. I did.
Once Kara's on a bed, she's just like lumberjack
Hope I'm
snoring.
pronouncing that right.
I'll sit in front of him and kind of lift the amulet so that he knows that I'm talking about it. I'm just like, I can sense some type of protection or something from this, some type of aura, but I can't place what, and I don't know why.
I've told you multiple times I don't see ghosts.
I get that. I don't know if it's a ghost per se. I think that
And I don't really care about guardian angels. If you want to know about that, you can talk to Kara.
Child interruption. Memento.
Are you saying that your item is what? Haunted? Cursed?
No, I don't think that it's haunted or cursed. I think that I just can't understand the depth of what is going on with this.
Well,
I'm
is
too
it your turn with
stupid.
the brain cell today?
Say that one more time.
Is it your turn with the brain cell today?
I think you might be able to have a better understanding of this maybe than I would. Because I only can understand magic in a sense. I don't understand any type of divinity in any
You
way.
think this is of divine origin?
Possibly. I don't. That's why I'm saying I don't know. This is
Okay,
some-
To the guy who hates gods.
you've got my interest.
But
Yeah,
this
he'll go
is
out of his way
something
to
that we.
disprove it. So when it
Yeah,
comes out positive, he'll hate himself.
Yeah. Oh,
That's what I'm
okay.
saying. If you can find the reason of why this works and prove that it's not divine, then we know. But I can't understand. I can get a sense that it's some type of protection. It's some type of aura that has the sense of not comfort, but like it has the feeling of protection, but I don't understand what, why, or whatever.
I get that. I guess allow me to take a look.
Mallow puts his head onto him and slowly puts the amulet on Mace's head.
Okay.
So what would I have to do here? Just
At
like an
this point,
Arcana roll
I'm
or
just going
something?
to do it this way. The amulet goes on you, and
You die.
well, okay. Let me check this. You have that divine
Oh.
sense thing, right? Does that take a utility use of some sort?
Well, it's sort of like a once per short/long rest, one of the
Okay,
two.
so we're just going to say it goes off because you're about to take a long rest anyway. As soon as the amulet is kind of coming over your head and is touching down on your neck to the state that you would be considered wearing it, Mallow's hands are leaving it, sort of thing. Immediately your divine senses start to flare, and you can absolutely recognize that despite the oddity of Mallow's request here, this is indeed a sanctified item that at some point was blessed by either a god or someone who is a very high-standing cleric that is able to basically sanctify something under the name of a god.
Right.
I didn't even think about trying to like roll religion on it or some shit.
You could have, but honestly, Mace was a good alternative because he can just get it. Like I really feel like as a paladin, he would
Yeah.
understand it. So-
Well, okay. So, in terms of figuring out what the amulet actually does,
that will
how do you
basically
want to proceed?
you will do the same thing as Mallow after the end of an hour.
Have to attune to it. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, basically at the end of the hour, you would learn the same sort of thing he learned. You would learn that this aura of protection is most certainly divine. It feels almost as if let's actually put it this way. You think back to the moment that you actually met Chance, the moment that you became the warrior that you are today, both in terms of as a paladin and as the Hexblade. And you think to that moment because you kind of distinctly remember the feeling of that sort of divine power. And in this instance, you can tell that the level of power that you felt at that time is very clearly something contained within this amulet. you would even hazard a guess that it has some potential to cause a physical effect within your realm of some sort. But much like what Mallow was kind of hinting at, this physical effect does not seem to be related to you. It might not even be physical, it might be the wrong term, but an effect, right?
Hmm.
It doesn't seem inherently related to you, but
More to this like circumstance, serendipity type of thing.
kind of to a degree. And it's more like, again, you do get at least this sense that no matter what this thing is that can occur,
Hmm.
it most certainly is not going to harm you. You get why Mallow, I don't know if he described, I don't remember, I should say, if he described it as a term, a feeling of protection to you. But when I was saying that to him, you would understand if he had used that term, why he would have said protection. It's maybe not the right term now that you're really getting into it, but there's definitely that sense of like, this is not a thing to harm me. This is a thing that will guide, protect, help me, sort of feeling.
Right. Um. Okay. Well.
So the takeaway: it's been blessed by a deity or high cleric. It has some sort of trigger effect. Won't harm the wearer. That's all we got so far.
Sort of.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So that is without attunement, correct?
Yes, you learned that info. You would understand
Just through divine sense. Okay.
Yeah, well, not even just through divine sense. You learned all that through divine sense plus the hour afterwards of just it being on you, and like how you learn about it, but you now have the option to attune because you spent that hour. You can tell it does all this, but you can also tell that if you are not attuned to it, it will not be able to cause its full effect to happen.
I see. Okay.
Also, you can't take it off.
Would
He
you
hasn't,
believe?
he hasn't tried yet. I mean, never know.
I haven't tried.
And Mallow was able to take it off, so
Yeah,
Get
but
the
Mallow
necklace
didn't
on,
get
and all
as
you
much
just hear in
information.
Dave Chappelle's voice, "Gotcha, bitch!"
gotcha, bitch. it's the same
This is
fucking
how
god
the
that
gods of
he
Prince
swore
Insanity
to all
just
those years
secretly-
ago, finally swearing its revenge on him. It was convoluted as fuck to get back to you, but I'm here now. I'm all up inside you. It's like, god damn.
Amazing. Okay. In that case, I'll just attune to it. I have the freeze thought, so I'll see what I can do. And if whatever I discover, I'll just relay onto Mallow and break attunement as soon as I can.
Okay. Yeah, so you would be able to attune to it that night. That's fine. You'll have, so just, I don't think you can necessarily custom, like, I could build a custom item that I think you can attune to. I'll go and do that. I haven't done it yet, but realistically, it just takes one of your attunement slots, and you could just, call it the Divine Amulet for now, because realistically, short of you either trying to learn more about it through your own methods or by finding Magnus again,
Mm-hmm.
you really don't have much more to go on than that, right? So.
Okay. But you're like giving me the info, later, right? Or
Yeah, so right, I'll build a custom item that I think you should be able to like attune to in D&D Beyond, so that it takes the slot and all that.
right, yeah,
And I will
we can deal with
write out a
the
little blurb.
logistics of that later. That's no
Yeah.
problem.
So right. When you say logistics of that, I guess I'll clarify more definitively. That's the word I'm looking for. This amulet does something. You have no control over it. It will
Right.
occur if the condition is right to occur, is I guess the best way to put it. So
Yes.
it's not going to buff a stat. It's not going to add a skill that you inherently get, but it is
Yeah.
definitely giving you something. I would, I'm the DM. I'm trying to set up something here that I think is worthwhile. It's still
Yeah.
your choice. Like, you could pass it off to someone else. You could choose not to attune to it. Like, absolutely however you want to do it. But there's no effect that you will ultimately be given, even in the description of the item, that's like a plus or a benefit that you can
I see. So
personally utilize.
it's more a matter of this is
If
a
you
blessing that's
choose-
waiting to show itself.
Right, exactly. That's a very good way to put it, yes. And it's not something that you have control over when it happens.
Okay.
But besides the point of someone needs to be wearing it and attuned to it.
Right.
Just
so
to
in
ruin
that
it for
case,
your dick gets really hard when you find your true love, and that's how you know. It just all of a sudden
Breaks his armor.
comes
Indeed.
through.
It detaches from inside of
The
his
Punisher comes out.
thigh. Yeah,
and I
think,
can use it
think
as
we
a
determined,
as a
As a
harpoon
club.
to catch them.
yeah.
Yes. Sorry, had to go.
Okay. Well, after that hour, then I would I would obviously break attunement, and then just tell Mallow, well, you were right. It is of divine origin. Which, as he's saying this, Mace just clutches it a little too tight.
Hey, calm down, calm down.
Either way, what the exact origin is, I cannot tell, and whatever its effect is, seems to have conditional triggering, which is to say, it's more like a good luck charm than anything, but a real one, not those things they sell you in shops.
Okay. Well, since it has the divine sense, I can take it, since that's not exactly something that you welcome.
Not quite, but yes.
It's up then in that case, it's up to you. If you want to keep it to do it, that's
Oh
fine.
no,
I'm
what I
trying
meant
to...
was, yes, you are correct. I don't necessarily favor that kind of thing, and all things considered, unless a god proves that they are unbiased towards the suffering and pain that's going on in these lands, and unless none of you are inconvenienced by that, I think I'll steer clear for the time being.
Okay. I have a question to Rick then.
So,
When I have the Ring of Warmth, because I already have 3 items technically, so this
Yeah.
is where my question comes in.
okay, you would just have to unattune to one of them. This will take an attunement slot.
That
So
that's
can
fine.
can it be a
Okay.
toe ring?
Can it? My question is, will I be okay if I take it off? Like, do I have winter clothes since this has been so far back?
Okay, you do have winter clothes. I'm going to more preface from this. You would remember as a character that winter clothes serviced you perfectly fine in this area. It serviced you perfectly fine on your way out to actually, you got it I think before you went out to Zardarok's fortress. But regardless, you would have known from when you came into the Icewind Dale, most of the areas around the 10 towns, even in kind of the outskirts, as long as you're wearing heavy winter gear, you'll get along fine. I will put the caveat on because I think at least part of your party members would know this, and you would have heard partially rumors from them. You are going to be going to Auril's Island at some point, based on what you guys know from the main, like the stuff that Vellynne was telling you. Like that's ultimately where your next goal will be.
We know where Auril is, and we know it's an island that's frozen over, essentially.
Basically under her control. I'd even posit like it's kind of obvious to the people in this land, like they know that. So the conditions there could very well be different from what you know. So you might need to plan accordingly. So totally in terms of here, what you've experienced here, you are correct in what you just assumed, but you don't know if that will always be the case with going forward in the campaign.
Are we going there soon?
Ask the party. I think that's the only thing you guys are aware of in terms of what you want to do, unless someone else has something, I guess. I mean, when I say ask the party.
I'm gonna take the Rapier of Warning off then instead.
Okay. And you're just gonna keep it on you but not be attuned to it?
I'm gonna give it.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna give it to, or I'm gonna hold it up to Claw and explain the definition of what it does and everything if he doesn't know, because that benefits everyone, not just the wearer.
Let me see. So I mean, I know what a weapon of warning is, just generally speaking.
Yeah.
I do have to check in terms of inventory.
Weighs 2 pounds.
I think chance is the only thing that you're attuned to.
I think so.
Bag of holding.
So that being the case, yeah, I mean, I could attune to it,
okay.
just never use it, but yeah.
That's what I did. It just stayed on my waist. The only thing that I'm sad about is I don't get. Oh no, I still do this. Yeah, no, fuck it, take it.
I'm
just not getting.
What?
My brain was telling me that it's for my stealth. It's not. It's I get
that's your
advantage
cloak.
on initiative, which is
That's correct.
I'll live. So, yeah, you can.
DM.
Mhm.
What town was Danica Greysteel still in? Was she in Easthaven or was she in Bryn Shander?
I think she's Bryn Shander, but let me double check it for you.
Because I have that dragon bone for her that I still need to give her.
Absolutely. Let me see. Let me see.
But yeah, Claw, you can have the Rapier of Warning then, and I'll take whatever the item is that Rick's gonna come up with.
Uh-huh.
That way we can still all be prepared, no matter what happens.
There it is. That's the one I'm looking for, I think. She was in Bryn Shander.
Okay, so she's on the way, theoretically.
Depends on how you go. But yeah. Could be. Even if she's not, the trip to Bryn Shander from Easthaven is only a couple. It's like a day trip at most to go there and back. So could just do it. Yeah, I think that's that. All right, so let's do this. Long rest goes off without a hitch. Besides that, I guess Mallow's got the amulet now. Claw's got the rapier.
Yeah, and I'll be attuned to it if I can.
Yeah. You guys can just attune during the night. It's fine. It's really not that big a deal. So you wake up the next morning, and you all just find your way wandered down into the inn, and one of the sisters is just kind of working the tables, cleaning them up, getting things ready. She kind of puts one together for you guys and just asks, well, do you want any food, or are you guys just gonna do the adventurer thing and go off adventuring again?
I definitely think Leif and I would eat. I know Leif would eat.
Yeah, I agree with you. Leif would not only eat, he'd probably ask for something alcoholic pretty early on.
I'm gonna eat.
Okay, so Wilton is
Kara would
Goldfish.
come downstairs looking at the marks on her arms as she's walking up to the table.
I see what you're doing. Yeah.
Marks on Kara's arms?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It took me a second to remember as well, but I know what he's talking about now. You guys don't, but I do.
Does Mallow notice this?
Yeah, I think everyone generally would. It's not like she's trying to hide him. She's looking at him, right?
The fuck happened to you?
None of you are assuming the right thing when he says marks. Maybe you should describe them, Chris. Because now I'm thinking, Mallow's sitting here thinking she was like domestically abused last night.
No, it doesn't matter what it is. If it's something that's
There are
new,
better
he's
ways.
just...
She has runic tattoos that have appeared on her arms.
I mean, like, they're hot. I get that,
Statement
but
still
like...
follows.
The fuck happened to you?
Just making sure that it was clear to everybody. That's all I meant.
Mallow completely copies the same runic tattoos. Like, yeah, but like, the fuck?
I don't know. They were just there this morning.
Okay. Can Mallow copy them so that if they change from now on, we'll know?
Yeah, that'd be fine. I mean, you could even just draw, like a picture of them, so you know. However you
I'm
wanna
gonna do
it.
both.
Okay, that's fine.
Draw them down and then make a copy, and I'm gonna look at it, Karen, and say, if they change more, then we have a baseline, at least.
Seems logical enough.
Okay. So eventually, the sister, one of the the apprentices brings out a whole bunch of bowls. Just basically puts soup down in front of everybody. She sees you, Kara, and she's like, "You looked like you wanted some. Figured I'd just grab some for everybody." And just everybody has some soup. It seems.
Thank you.
Mallow puts spam in his soup, some spam balls.
That's fine.
We'll donate my soup to whoever.
Probably Leif.
Leif eyes it as you go to push it forward. Anyone
I'll
else
just
want that, or because I'll take it. And he's
slide
immediately
it towards him.
immediately takes and starts dunking like a fish that he got out of nowhere just in the soup. Nice. Rolls always doing what they do for you.
Yeah,
The soup is
Kara's
good.
trying to inside her own arms.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, much to your point there, Wilton. You say the soup is good, and Leif is like, yeah, the soup is really good. Otherwise, you guys finish your food, and you can just choose where to go next, I guess.
I'm gonna ask the young woman, this soup is this your own recipe? Did you get it from somewhere?
I guess technically it's our recipe, but we got kind of some special kitchen equipment from excuse me, one sec. Swallowed wrong while talking there. We got some kind of fancy kitchen equipment from my sister's like future husband or whatever she wants to call him.
Future husband? You're engaged?
No, but there's an adventurer she really likes who hangs around every once in a while that she's hitting on.
Like
Um,
mid spoonful. Who's that?
She just calls him her ravishing prince. I honestly don't think she remembers his name because he only said it like once, and I don't.
I mean,
This one I will try to insight.
It's not. It's not one of these fine
Oh
gentlemen.
no,
You
no,
know, they
no, no.
say
It's
the
They're
10
not.
towns.
They're not blue enough.
Halfway through a blue spoonful, Kara just looks down at the bowl. That motherfucker.
Wonderful.
You say that, motherfucker?
Yeah, she does.
No, he doesn't seem to really. Oh wait, maybe he is into the motherly types. I'll tell her.
No, that's not what I meant. Not at all. Fucking pot.
She kind of stiffens a little. She's like, no, it's a ladle. I'm gonna go in the kitchen and get more. Anyone want more soup? She just like
Kara will
grabs
put
empty
the bowl
bowls.
down for a second. Look, I know what it is. I'm just not taking
She's
it
still
from
just
you.
grabbing any empty bowls. She grabs like Leif's already one empty bowl. He's on his second. She's like anyone else's. She just grabs and takes them in the back. Just she doesn't come back. She promised more. She doesn't come back.
What did you do, Kara?
Just wanted soup.
Let's just put it this way. I know, and he knows, and I'm not gonna do anything about it.
I know, and he knows, and you're not gonna do anything about it.
I'm gonna get some air. She'll walk outside.
Thanks.
Kara walks outside, and the dogs they're like in the kennel next to the inn, and they see you coming, and they're all like jumping up and trying to lick your face as they do.
Kara will like, you know what? I know what to do with the soup. And Kara will go back in, just kind of go up to the kitchen, slightly open the door. I need 15 bowls.
Third degree burns. Oh.
You see, like, the two sisters are trying to, like, scarf down a whole bunch of soup. They're trying to empty the pot. One of them looks over and, like, spurts soup out of her mouth in surprise. Spits the rest into, like, the sink and just, looks over at the pot, looks at her sister, looks at you. The sister looks at the pot, looks at her sister, looks at you. They both look back at each other. They look back at you. Okay, fine, but you don't tell anyone.
What the fuck is going on with this
I already
soup?
know what this is. I was with him when he got it. We were supposed to split it 5 ways, but he left with it, so it's technically his.
The one sister that you haven't seen in the front, she like hugs the pot, even though I guess it wouldn't be hot at this point, but she hugs it. And, no, it's mine. He gave it to me. It's our wedding anniversary gift, or whatever it's called. No, dowry. That's what I'm looking for. Mine.
Puts up a calming hand. I plan to do nothing.
Is that the bowl that the thing that it doesn't matter what you put in, it just makes amazing soup or whatever? That pot or whatever it is?
That's what I suspect.
Yeah, it probably is.
It
Can
absolutely
Mallow
is.
hear this going on?
No, the kitchen
No, I
door is
walked
closed.
into the kitchen for that, but Kara's like,
Kara, you would even recognize that it is indeed the same one. Yes.
yeah, I know. It's just like, I don't give a fuck. I need 15 bowls. I gotta feed my dogs.
Just slowly reaches the ladle back in, and like the one sister that isn't freaking out as much just starts spooning bowls full, sliding them onto a table like an island in the middle between you two. Just one after the other, keeps putting bowls down until eventually 15 are ready.
Kara will balance them on her wings and walk out.
You all just watch Kara like walk out of the kitchen sideways, like shuffling sideways, her wings balancing a whole bunch of bowls of soup, and then she does the same thing in the front door of the inn and walks out to the dogs.
What is going on?
Fucking Wilton here, just like, is this normal? Does this happen all the time?
Do you feed the dogs soup all the time, guys?
Every day.
Okay.
Every day. They only eat soup.
Oh god.
And
Alright.
blood pudding.
That's funny.
It's just pudding with red food coloring in it.
Shh. Don't tell him that.
Okay, so just for, I guess, sake of brevity at this point, is there anything anyone wants to do in this town? You know, looking to buy rations, looking to go check something out, learn rumors, or do you just want to try
Is
and
there a
head back
blacksmith
to?
in town?
There is not here. No, the only blacksmith that you guys have
Fuck.
come across that works weapons, since you guys have actually looked in multiple towns, is Bryn Shander. It's the crew of dwarves that Kara inspired. The smith that actually worked on your staff, the one that made the
Yeah,
splittable.
yeah. I just didn't know if there was another one.
Yeah, you guys have not actually seen. So I will be honest with you. There is a blacksmith in this town, but he would be like good at making nails. He doesn't know how to do swords and shit. A small town blacksmith. He doesn't really know that. It's not an armorer like
Could
Black Iron Blades.
could I still go to him because it's not so much weapon fastening. I literally just need like to connect the two pieces of my thing to make nunchucks.
Um, I think I thought
Could he
that the way
finesse
that it
that
was.
enough?
I thought that the way that it was designed, you had
Screwed.
one already.
It's screwed together.
Okay. Yeah, he'd be able to sell you a chain, but he'd basically tell you, I don't know how much it'll hold up to the duress of combat.
Fuck.
So basically you'd have chains and screws that you could just make one yourself. But
Okay.
mechanically, it won't do anything short of getting a critical failure. Then we can discuss maybe it breaks, but it would still act like normal, whatever you're looking for it to do.
It's more so just flavor text, but it'll just be I just beat the shit out of everybody with a police baton from now on if I want to use it.
Alrighty, your call. Alright. In that instance, anything anyone else wants to try and do?
Honestly, I think for me, it's just turning in items that need to be turned into other people and meeting up with Vellynne to discuss the next part of what's going on, and I guess question Wilton what the fuck he's doing here and why he was looking for us.
Yeah, that's no worries. So here's what we'll do.
Because we never really broached that subject. He was like, "Oh, she sent me to look for you. All right, fair enough. Come with us. We're gonna sleep."
I actually thought
And that's
that.
kind of where we left it.
Yeah, no, but I mean, I thought that was actually kind of. It was great that someone asked. That was the reason I brought it up because I was like, it's this guy out of nowhere, and Mace is being Mace, just like, who are you? I'm this guy. Oh, okay, that makes sense. It was like, good, okay. But yeah,
I mean,
no, that's no
it
problem. You
kinda
can
happened
still.
at the end of the set.
Yeah,
At the
yeah,
end of the
absolutely,
session,
absolutely.
So,
You guys can
yeah.
still absolutely figure that out. It's no problem. So all right, so you guys are you long rested, woke up it's about like 9, 10 a.m. Still day 34 technically because you were like 1 a.m. the night before when you arrived. So from here, if you are just looking to travel, it's 1 hour to the next town, Ker- Dinavel. Um, is there anything you would want to do in there? That was the town that was mostly destroyed. People were routing around. Um, just, I'm not sure if you actually cared to
I think the
interact
last time we went through there, we tried to render some kind of aid.
You were looking to see if anyone looked like they needed it, and for the most part, everyone kind of just stayed in the rubble and the shadows, and no one really said or did anything, approaching the group or anything like that. So you guys just said, okay, if they don't want to talk to us, we don't give a shit. We're going through anyway.
Yeah.
So you just passed through. I guess that's what I mean. Is do you care to explore more? It's your call.
Um, I'm 50-50 on it, guys. What do you want to do? Because I feel like getting back to Easthaven or Bryn Shander is the better thing to do.
You want to go back there for what reason?
Uh, Easthaven because that's on the way to Bryn Shander, and Bryn Shander because that's where Vellynne is and where the Dragon Bones need to turn
Vellynne
in are.
actually was in Easthaven last with you guys, I think. That's what my notes had her. So
I
that's
thought-
where she's waiting
Oh,
for
okay.
you.
I thought she stayed in Bryn Shander because
If-
we didn't know
If
if the
she
other
did
place had
stay in
been
Bryn
blown to the
Shander, then my
ground.
notes are wrong, and I'm just gonna do a DM switch out and say that she moved to Easthaven to wait for you guys.
And the
Then
black
you might want to do that because my notes said she stayed in Bryn Shander
Yeah,
because
one way or
that
the
was
other.
intact.
One way or the other, she's in Easthaven now. I'll just boldface about that. That's where she's waiting for you guys currently, because it's where you kind of set off from with your dog sleds and all that. Even when you went off to the Goliaths, that's why my notion was that she was there with you guys. So
Gotcha.
And the blacksmith was where again?
Bryn
in
Shander.
Bryn Shander. So
Okay.
the town Chris wants to go to anyway.
Well, I'm down to go to Bryn Shander, so we can go to Easthaven first.
I agree.
I hold up I hold up the that like piece of the glaive or whatever. I'm just like, I have plans for this, so I need a blacksmith.
Absolutely. So, you guys will just go straight through to Easthaven for now. Let me get to the actual right screen.
Yeah, I would suggest that Vellynne is looking for them.
Okay, so you guys would see that a lot of the destruction in some of these places has been kind of fixed. I'm going to remove a lot of the red X's. It's still not necessarily livable, but you're noticing that the town is getting on. When you arrive, you would see that as much as it is still, again, destroyed like the other buildings. Actually, let me take a step back. Once you arrive at the outskirts of town, I should say, with your dog sleds very much being visible coming in on the road, some of the town guards would very much kind of hail you and stop you, and they'd basically, "Oh, it's the adventurers! Welcome back, welcome back. Everything okay out there? I'm glad to see all of you in one piece. Yeah, looks like."
Don't mind him. He's in a drunken stupor.
You talking about the one with the fish on his head? Oh wait, that's a slug, isn't it? The fuck is that?
Pet.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Anyway, so Captain Imdra, she asked us to keep an eye out. Said anytime you guys came back, just direct you to her. So if you go down towards where the town hall was, they're using some of the buildings nearby as temporary offices. She's there. She said send you her first thing foremost when you guys get here. So do you mind doing that? And I'll tell you, it's about like 3 p.m. right now. Yeah. So it's not like it's nighttime or anything. So your choice what you want to do. Just.
I mean, he's asking us to go there. I don't see why not. Maybe pass through and see if our favorite creepy people are setting up their stall still.
Okay. Absolutely. So if you want to go through and check the stall area first, you would see that it is currently not actually there.
Okay.
But you would kind of still see the effects of them having been in the town, in the sense that a lot of people are still actually selling just kind of not necessarily meaningless wares, but like really well-conditioned town wares in the market that you would actually remember were very much akin to what they were actually giving out to some of these townsfolk. So you're seeing, I guess the better way to phrase it is, it seems like some of these merchants are now hawking those wares as maybe like a special item that they managed to acquire and are selling now that the true merchants are gone, right, for kind of more of a profit. But otherwise, yeah, you don't really see them outside of that influence. And you would head then towards the town hall, and once you get there, some of the guards again would see and know you and would ferry you all kind of inside. They say, "Hey, we'll take care of your dogs. Just leave them out here for you, or we can take them over to the inn if you want. Just start getting them prepped. What works for you?"
She'll look to the group. Are we staying here overnight, or once we talk here, are we passing through?
I
Because we're
will
going to talk with Vellynne, but I
contextualize.
don't know if that's going to take a full day.
Yeah, I'll contextualize. Bryn Shander is 7.5 hours away. I think it's about halved with dog sleds. We'll just call it 4. Keep it round.
Yeah, we could technically make it there, but
It just depends on how long the conversation takes. This conversation is basically going to be, depending on how long you guys actually talk with her, will depend on how long you spend in there with her. So we can figure it out after. It's fine.
okay.
So
We'll
they'll
say
just-
take the dogs to the inn for the time being.
Yeah, you can just swing by and grab them. That works. All right, so you guys would head in. I don't really have a room prep. Let's just do a theater in the
Yeah.
mind for now. But you would head in, and basically you would notice that both Imdra and Vellynne pick their heads up from a desk as you walk in. And this wave of kind of an uncomfortable stench hits your nose as out of the corner of your eye you see a little rock in the corner kind of stand up and say, "Hello, everyone. It is good to see you all again." So, for clarification, that is Pluzak in the corner.
Luzak's voice actor is here. Why isn't he doing it?
Because at this point, I'm not sure that Pluzak is the character he's going to go forward with, and unless you guys are asking things of Pluzak, he's just here as an NPC because I like the world to be lived in.
Fair enough.
And actually, more to answer that question in an actual direct way, Vellynne would see you looking kind of quizzically at him, and would simply say, "I think this was, I gotta think, yeah, this was her.
You mean Imdra?
No, Vellynne.
I thought we were going to the town hall first.
They're both in the same room with him. You entered a room,
okay.
and all three of them are together. Imdra and Vellynne are behind a desk, and Pluzak was in a corner, and he stood up to greet you guys.
Oh, well then.
But Vellynne
Kara
would look over at seeing you quizzically look at Pluzak, and she would basically tell you guys,
Oh, yeah, him. He's actually been very helpful. I didn't really understand what you guys were capable of, and he does. So the last 10 days, he's been hanging out here, and we've been making plans. It's great.
Okay. Well, it's good to see you again, Pluzak.
"It is good to see you as well."
It's
And,
just
uh,
me tending shop for the time being.
yeah. So at this point, Imdra looks over as well, and she says, "Okay, why don't you guys come on over here, and we'll show you what we've been working on, because I think we have things pretty well planned out. Honestly, if I was more adventurous, I'd even think I could maybe pull this off."
We might have 2 Goliath clans that are willing to fight with us as well.
Goliath, that's gonna be great. Wait until we tell you. Okay. First and foremost,
And so what I'm going to do at this point is, let me change something up a little. Yeah, I think we're just going to do it this way. So she pulls out what looks like a map of, at first, a giant, what seems to be snowflake. And this snowflake has what you can see is apparently like a circle at the dead center. And then around the circle is kind of some very general topography marks of it being like a mountainous area. And then each of the kind of branches, I guess, of the snowflake kind of has just notes written generally around them. You would be able to count pretty easily 6 kind of main branches off, and then like 6 smaller spires. So it's like kind of almost a 12-pointed snowflake-looking thing. Okay, and she points off onto at the center where the circle is, and she says very generally,
this is the map, or at least the closest thing we have, to Auril's Island. And this is what we're gonna use to explain what we think is gonna happen. At least, we hope.
And Imdra goes, "Yes, so, I think she told you, because she was willing to tell me, she's hoping to get some sort of a book and some sort of an orb back from here that someone she used to know took from her. The good news is it should be somewhere along here." And she starts pointing to all of the different spikes of the snowflakes. "But we're not exactly sure where." And at that point, Vellynne steps back in again.
Yeah, that's, So I know she's dead. I've been scrying, and, yeah, it's not going through. So, something to do with... Alright, take a step back. When she stole my items, I know she took them to this island via boat. And if boats don't make it to the island, they crashed around the island. Which is why we think the spires are the more important places for you to focus. Now this,
And she like points specifically to the circle.
this is Auril's fortress on the island. Do not go here. Auril will kill you. That is not the goal.
The goal's not for us to die. Got it.
So she sees you cracking your knuckles, Kara, and she just kind of face palms a little and rubs her forehead. Just,
Okay, maybe you did not understand me. Don't die to her now, okay? Whatever you want to do, that's fine. Get my stuff, and then we'll go to the next step of the plan, and we're gonna go to the city of Ithrin, all right? Lost City. It's gonna be great. There's a thing there that'll make her weaker, and then you go kill her if you really think you can. All right? That sound fair? To not die until after I get my stuff back?
I was gonna say that.
Thank you. That's all that I'm looking for. Does anyone have questions about the island layout before we move on to the next section of our plan?
Well, you have the
a
island
map?
layout, but how are we getting to the island? You said it yourself. The boats either crash or make it.
That is the next section of the plan. Do you have any more questions about the island's layout before we move on to that next section of the plan?
How did you get a map of the island?
This was drawn by some of the sailors and stuff that used to go out that way. Technically, there really aren't any more that do. We'll get to that. Again, island itself. Questions?
Do we know what the general terrain is going to be? Is it jagged ice mountains? Is it
Yes.
flats? Is it
Yes.
plains?
Yes. And lots of snow and blizzards, as well as fog and bullshit cold.
So I'm going to have a very hard time navigating through that without any identifiable landmarks.
Which is why we're going to give you this map. And if you ask, maybe some people along the way can fill it out more. But, shrugs.
Well,
This is
fuck
literally
them.
better than anyone has ever gotten, really, for this sort of a thing.
Kara's rubbing her temple. Mallow, you can answer or ask questions. You're good, man.
I'm trying to understand. So it's just everything. It's flatlands, rugged ice mountains.
Okay,
Just
so how about this? If you're approaching by boat, then there are these massive ice shelves. That is what this is. And she points to, like, the very edge of the snowflake. And she's, like, pointing basically, where you would consider, like, a shoreline. These are basically steeps, right? Just massive sheer cliffs straight into the water. It might be pronounced steps. I might be saying it wrong, but I've never read the word, so. If you can manage to make your way up those, then it's a plateau on most of those spikes, apparently. But further into the island, as you can see, is mountainous range, and all the bullshit that comes with it. And it's Auril's Island, and there's all this bullshit fog around it that the sailors talk about, and they say that it'll freeze your testicles off through the hottest of winter gear.
I show him the cutest ring ever on my finger, and I go, "I'll be fine." And
Great, you got a cute ring. Good luck.
so, do we get to keep the map of the island?
Afterwards, yeah.
Okay, so we'll have more time to study this map.
Sort of.
Are you coming with us, or are we acting via proxy?
If you want me with you, I can come, but I don't think I'm going to be much of an asset for your group, apparently. Looks over at Pluzak, and he's just like,
She can't fly.
Okay.
Neither can most of them. What's your point?
She can't really fight.
Okay, that would
Okay.
be more appropriate.
Mallow was gonna say, I mean, that's most of them. What's your point?
That is weird.
Fuck you.
It is tough for me to distinguish the skills you all value more than others.
But
He's
can
like
she
in
fly?
his notebook, like writing like flight less important than fight.
So,
That is correct, though. Kara's looking at Pluzak. You only knew me after I had my wings.
Yes, true, but you used them to fly a lot. It seemed important to you.
It's an advantage, to say the least, but it's not a requirement.
Points over to Mace. He has tried to also fly with wings. I assumed because it was
Unsuccessfully, I
more
might note.
important.
So there's a separation of ability there. His wings aren't flight wings. They're defensive, I guess.
can Mallow
Only
create?
because they cannot fly, I think.
Can Mallow create a minor illusion of two hands
yes.
that are like on wing, like as wings, like two giant
you
hands?
you can fill, I think, up to like a 5-foot cube, so yeah.
Perfect. I wanna have two giant hands on my back like they're wings and have them start like fake
And Pluzak looks
fluttering a
over and he's
little
just
bit.
like, even he is trying to grow wings. You
And then
must
they just-
now understand my confusion.
They both just turn and flick him off.
You know what?
It's
Mallow
and I look at I
hasn't
no
he
I
takes,
look at
he
Kara.
takes a mushroom and he just pulls it off his back and tosses it over and he's like, this is
Grenade!
for you, Mallow. And as soon as I'm assuming you're not going to catch it, right? Because I feel like that's how
No.
Mallow would respond. As soon as it lands at your feet, it like poofs out a whole bunch of spores because he knew you wouldn't catch it, and it just stinks really bad in your area. Anywhere those
Okay.
spores are around you is just extra smelly.
By the love of all that is Freya, can we not do this?
Vellynne just like walks over and opens up a window.
Okay, get to island, find city, find orb, weaken god, kill god.
Also the book. Don't forget the book, okay? It's called,
I thought it was an orb. What's this
both.
about a book?
You're looking for both. The Codicil of White should be a book that she had that I need. The orb was something I had that I
Why?
also need.
For Before I ask him, I'm asking him. Has he explained why he needs it to us?
No, that's the whole point of this conversation, is to let you guys
Okay.
figure that stuff out.
Why do you need these things? Just out of curiosity.
All right. So the orb contains the personality of a long-respected professor in my organization who is going to help guide us to the city of Ithrin. He knows about their stuff a lot more than me. The book is something that we need to cast a very specific ritualistic spell in order to get to the city. We need both of them to proceed.
So this isn't a take one that's more important than the other. It's a package deal.
Technically, if we want to fumble around in the dark and see if we can find which hole to stick it in, we could go without the orb. But I'd really prefer to have him back.
We're going to a deity-controlled island where the life itself is against us. If we can get both, we'll get both. But if we can only get one, what's the priority? Is the orb?
The book.
The book. Okay.
Mike, so Mallow has more questions.
Yeah, that's fine. Before you do, though, Leif just, like, raises a hand and goes, I don't know, I'm pretty good at sticking it in the dark. I got a lot of experience. everyone just turns and I'm assuming looks at him and he just realizes, oh, that wasn't the important part.
What else is in this book besides one spell?
Lots of other things, but if you're not a mage of some sort, it's got no value to you.
Is it more spells or is it information about the place you're trying to go?
Technically, it's information about Auril.
You have my rapt attention.
Indeed.
Okay, well, I haven't read the book myself, so I can't say much, but it was written by followers of Auril as some sort of way to get people to worship her more or something and improves her powers through the rituals that they have. But what we're using it for is the opposite. Dissect the ritual so I can break the one that we need to break.
I would assume
like
that
her.
Leif is giggling every time he hears oral.
Sure.
I'm sorry.
That's fine. No, you're probably right. I just...
Leif's just in the background every time he says it, he's just like
She at some point Vellynne gets frustrated with that. She just like turns to like a whiteboard you hadn't noticed exists, and she just spells it out like Auril. It's just this. Fuck you. Turns back.
Don't mind him. He's just punch drunk right now. He spent most of this morning getting hammered on fish and soup.
That sounds horrible. You sound horrible.
so good. So it's info on her or him. Is it a her or him? Him, her.
Worship of her
It-
specifically is the best way to
Oh,
put it.
Worship of
yeah.
her.
Yeah.
So she keeps it.
No, so the person who had it, I think she told you
Went
the name
looking
before,
for her.
but I will look it up quick.
I mean, I'm just what
No,
I'm
look, you're
getting.
good,
what I'm
'cause I
trying
think
to figure out.
It's information she would give you. I just need to look up her name here.
What I'm trying to get is if we take the book, is this going to mitigate some type of power that she has?
No, I
Against
think it's
us.
more getting us ready for whatever we're about to face. Because it's a god. There's very little things that we can do to get ready.
God's not real. Thanks, Mace. Or is this you talking to me, or is this you talking to Mallow?
Well, you're talking yourself, so will you tell me?
Oh God.
God's
alright,
not real,
so,
Mace. Come on.
So Vellynne would tell you, or to clarify for you, I guess is the best way to put it, that
No, okay. So the book, again, that I'm looking for belonged to technically a colleague, and I think she got it from someone who worshipped Auril. I don't know. Don't know how it worked. Her name was Nas Lantamir, alright? And as far as I can tell, she's now dead, and I need her book, and I need my orb back, alright? Clear enough?
How did you get your buddy's consciousness into an orb?
so
They're technically items that were created, magically. I'm not the one who did it. I've only ever known him as the orb. So,
Could you figure out how to do it?
the orb thing? No.
Do you know of anyone that we could find that could do this? And does the party have to be willing?
¿Cómo es? What?
yeah, now I'm worried about what Mal's trying to do too, but I gotta give him at
No,
least
no.
a
He wants-
salient
he
answer.
wants to
so-
stick somebody in an orb.
Do you want the reason?
Nah, man, that's up to you.
No, I'll give the. I don't care. It's
Just that question, can it be done willingly? Kara kind of looks over at you like, the fuck?
I just look at her and just go, my father.
Oh, that's fair. Doesn't he kind of do that?
This one now.
Mallow like shadow steps back, like shadow steps to somewhere and shadow steps back. Not really.
Yeah, he did the thing with the little gems trinket things he carries with that had Leif's dad in it.
I think that was capturing the soul of them when they died. That's why I'm curious about this.
I was looking in the wrong section. Okay, so
Well, I mean, it sounds like they captured the soul of that professor in the orb.
I-
I'm just thinking it's similarity.
Yeah, that's why.
So
That's why.
technically, I don't think anyone's soul was actually captured. The orb has been in my family for a long time and was always just referred to as Professor Scant. And as far as I'm aware, it's just always been that way. I don't know any further.
Understood. We have this map of the island. What can you tell us about this lost city? I know you said it's lost, but if you know about it, that means there's documentation and maybe maps of it?
No maps that I'm aware of, but the city itself, well, it's buried under the ice, far in the north, under the Rega Glacier, as far as I'm aware. That's where our divination magic points to, at least. We need to get the glacier open, but to crack it open, well, it's like I said, that's a thing Auril's magic is currently creating, technically, so we should be able to cut through it with understanding her rituals, but I need the book to be able to do that, so...
Could we not just blow a hole in it with a bunch of
Nope.
fireballs?
Not unless you've got the power of a god that can melt another god's ice.
Petra?
I don't know who that is. Is that a god? It's not a god I've heard of.
A very angry Goliath that seems to be able to throw small suns at people.
I was to say Mello creates a minor illusion of what he did.
Okay?
Yes.
It doesn't look like it's gonna melt a literal fucking mountain.
We could challenge him to do it. He might consider it. but-
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? Your choice. All I'm saying is, this is how I know it'll work for me. You want to go get him? Please do. I guess if not, then I'll see you later and find someone else. Your call.
I'm sorry. I'm just imagining this guy. What I'm seeing is like a 5'4" taxi cab like company owner talking to all of his crew about.
it's
what's
technically a
going
woman, and
on.
I did
Oh,
a raspy
okay.
voice with her to be like in the initial, and I'm not really doing the full extent of what I could do because I know I'll destroy my voice otherwise. So I'm trying
No,
to just
you're
like end up
fine.
in between enough that it's similar to what I started with, but not gonna kill me.
I'm not being, and that's not me ragging. This is
No.
me telling you that is amazing. Oh god.
All right. Regardless,
Okay, so again, any other questions about the island?
I don't.
Are there
Care?
any cultists that inhabit the island, or is it mostly wildlife?
I think technically the only things you will have to worry about are the wildlife of the island itself. You know, if you go
Which
to
is?
Auril's fortress, I'm not exactly sure what's in there.
What type of wildlife is on the island?
As far as we've been told, potentially like yetis, maybe
Yeah.
frost giants have been seen.
Eh.
There's sharks that swim the waters around there.
Oh.
I mean, there's plenty of Auril's like actual minions, not necessarily cultists, but like, I know you ever seen those things that walk around like in parkas with their heads glowing icy, and
Yeah, we've killed a few.
those are there apparently, and flying ice things, little ones. I haven't seen any of that stuff myself, but it's what was rumored.
I
Okay.
think that's all the information I need.
Okay.
How about the rest of you?
I think I'm fine.
I'm good.
Okay then. Moving on to the next step of the plan. Big issue that you gotta get past is the Sea of Moving Ice. Anyone here know what that is?
looks over at you, Kara, specifically.
Never made it that far.
Okay, but it sounds like you've heard of it.
And I would say that, in general, the time you spent with the hunters of this land when you first got here, they would have probably mentioned it in passing. You wouldn't know more than it's one of the few sections of water that is still technically sailable, like water is actively accessible. But there's lots of like icebergs and huge just chunks of ice that are floating in that water. So unless you're a very expert captain of boating, it's very difficult to navigate. It's more likely to sink you than not. Like just little things like that you would know.
Can't Leif do?
Leif can pilot boats.
Yeah, I was gonna say, doesn't he have the nautical or whatever it is?
He has proficiency with nautical vehicles. Yeah. Regardless, so you would know all that stuff, and whether you want to share that with the group or not is your choice, though.
You saying this to me?
No,
Or
to Chris.
Okay.
To Kara, technically. But it's either way. Go ahead.
She would,
Recount it.
explain or recount what she knows of the ice and the ice flows, but never having to see it, she doesn't know if her explanation gives it enough justice.
Yeah, so Vellynne, for the most part, be like,
Yeah, you've got it. You understand. It's deadly. If you don't know what you're doing, if you don't got a good enough ship, if you just even get a little bit wrong, you're fucked. You're dead. You're sunk. Okay? So, the ways that I would suggest getting there is to not use a boat. That's not to say it's not available.
and at this point, she like flips the map aside, and she then, like you would see, that she fans out these 3 different sheets of paper, and one of them says Angajuk's Bell along the top. One of them says Revel's End along the top, and one of them says potentially Goliaths across the top.
Which one you want to hear about first?
Goliaths.
Goliaths? Okay. This one's kind of a shot in the dark, and honestly, I wouldn't necessarily suggest it, but it is potentially possible. So,
And she looks over at Imdra first.
this one told me that there's Goliaths who fly on griffins.
And Imdra goes, yes, they come to the 10 towns every once in a while. And then Pluzak, she looks over at Pluzak, and he goes, I told her that we were close with them.
Okay, yeah, so they said that, and here's what I thought up. You fly griffins to the place. The issues I foresee. The griffins probably cannot stay there for a long time. Both it is very cold, and without people to take care of them and stuff, I don't know how well they would fare on that island. Because it sounds like the Goliaths take care of them, right?
They care for them like they're their own. If anything happens to them, they'll declare a blood war on you.
Yeah, that's the second issue, is you're going to have to fly through fog and, like, blizzards and stuff on the outside, and I don't know how safe that's going to be, and if one of you falls off, you're probably fucked, and I don't know how safe griffins are to begin with, and listen, if you really can convince them to let you take the griffins, you can fly there. It's definitely accessible. I don't know how I'd do it. That's your call.
I don't vote the Griffins because I feel like if anything happens, then the Goliaths are gonna hate us.
That's a fair reason.
I mean, if you're dead, they can hate you all you want, right?
No, I know, but I'm more assuming like if they come with us and then something happens while we're
Actually,
there.
that's what you do. You get there, and you kill 2 of the griffins, and you send one back covered in griffin blood. And then the Goliaths will be like, our griffins were killed! No! And they'll, like, storm the island finally, Kara finally gets her wish.
Maybe we do use the Griffins.
God.
Now,
Oh, God. Regardless, so she points to the other 2, and she says,
All right, which one's the next one you want to hear about?
The belt?
what is Angajuk's Bell?
All right, so that's the one I personally think I would take, but also
Not doing that
it's
one,
gonna
guys.
be kind of one of those. Depends on if you can pull it off. So there's rumors, and
looks over at Imdra,
she says that they're pretty truthful.
and Imdra says, yes, as far as we're aware, Angajuk is still out there.
So the way it works is you go up to here.
And actually, let me, at this point, switch you guys to your map of the Icewind Dale. And let me just zoom out a little on mine and do this. She would mark on a map of the Icewind Dale a little bell icon for you would probably work best. So she goes and writes, make sure I'm getting it in the right spot. Yeah. So she just marks like a little bell icon here. And I think I'm on the wrong layer, so give me a second. I'll fix that. Alright, there we go. So if you look, it's actually far out to the west, kind of even... it's the farthest west thing on the map right now. Up near the Sea of Moving Ice in the northwest corner. So she draws that little bell for you, and she basically tells you... go back to her page... Un momento, sorry.
So Angajuk is a whale who was awakened. Do you guys know what that is? You dealt with that before?
Yes.
Yeah.
Fucking moose.
Moose. Oh, an awakened moose sounds interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if you guys were the ones that dealt with the dinosaur thing that's in the Mer du Dawn, but apparently that was an awakened thing too, and some adventure group dealt with it. Regardless, good you know about them. So, it was awakened a long time back. The druid's long since dead, but Angajuk still hangs around. And you see, they used to like swimming together, but the druid couldn't swim, so I had this ship thing built that Angajuk wears, and you guys can ride underwater in it, and it will actually swim under the sea of moving ice, under all the danger, under all the fog, and could technically drop you right off at the island, easy as pie. Supposedly.
Okay, where's the...
I don't know if
Okay.
that's actually like. You still gotta go talk to a whale. That part seems a little weird. Iffy.
That's not bad.
Yeah, each their own. Like I said, I'd probably take this one too, but that part scares me a little. It's a little weirded out, but eh. And then I guess we'll get to this one now. And she points to the last Revel's End. So this one's kind of a shot in the dark, I'm gonna be honest, even more so than the Griffins, since I know that you're at least friends with those Goliaths. But there's a prison up near the Sea of Moving Ice as well, and, well, they usually bring their supplies to the prison via ship, which means that those ship captains are clearly good enough to sail the Sea of Moving Ice. So if you were to go up there and find a ship that is currently not laden with goods and looking to sail out, and maybe could hire them to take you, it might be expensive, but that theoretically would sail you across the Sea of Moving Ice with a captain that should be sufficient enough that it should be safe-ish, but again, that's up to you to who you hire and whether or not you trust them.
Kara's got a pensive hand on her chin, and she's. Well, how amenable to requests is that whale?
I don't actually know. Looks over at Imdra. I don't know either. Man, kind of putting on the spot. I guess the last we heard is that it's you could talk to it. It's at least willing to converse, but I don't know the last time we heard of anyone riding it. Yeah, no.
I would rather make a deal with a sentient whale than a bunch of pirates, but that's just me.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair. That I guess.
Well, haven't you guys dealt with sentient creatures, animals before, too? More than just the moose. I'm talking specifically water creatures.
Like,
We weren't there for that.
Leif
That was
and
Leif and
Ravnus.
Ravnus.
Well, that's why I
That's
wasn't
not
there.
true.
I know,
That's
like,
not true. The one with the dinosaur. I thought you guys were on the boat still. Ravnus was just the one that talked to it. I thought you guys were all there though.
Ravnus was the only one that could communicate with it clearly.
Yeah, well, it was speaking common. You guys just couldn't understand it.
I used the word clearly specifically.
Yeah. Okay.
So what you're saying is they need to find Ravnus in order to make the whale work.
Like,
Well-
you could try, and you know where he is. I mean, I can bring us back to the map, but
I
it's
can still
not that
speak
far
with
outside the
animals.
way, too. So
Here,
that's
like
true.
to speak with
we're
animals.
not getting
That's
Ravnus.
true too. That's true.
That
You got,
creature
let's put it
right
this way.
now
It sounds
that
like
I
you
know
got
where
good
the cauldron
options
is.
at least. Okay, so all right. So it sounds like your intention is to at some point head towards Angajuk's Bell. You don't want to do the Goliaths or the other one.
Goliath. So this is Mel's opinion is this: try to do the bell first. If we can't get that, we hire the ship. If we have to kill everyone and man it ourselves, that's fine. But if the ship burns down, then
Let's just go to this prison at the end of the world and then kill a whole bunch of people there.
yeah, all the guards dead. It's fine. As soon as you talked about that, my brain went to the
That was a
prison.
fortress.
What happened to Mallow of 2 weeks ago? What happened to
They don't
Mallow
have any
with Dragon
interesting
Tower?
alchemy skills. Okay, fuck you.
Oh,
I'm stating that if that happens, I'm not saying we go there to
Oh.
kill them. I'm stating that if something happens and that is the outcome.
And to be fair, that tracks for Mallow. It's always his
Yeah.
plan B or plan C, maybe, is the best way to put it. But
Yeah, I'm not
cutting plan.
intentionally trying to murder everyone. It just
Absolutely.
happens.
Absolutely. Okay.
And then the third I have third/nope is the Griffins.
nobody
That is-
wants the Griffins.
That is the if we can't do it any other
So
way.
I'm going to clarify the Griffins a little bit for you because I was kind of character acting, that is that it not Velynne's choice. The Griffins will still technically get you there. It is just, in terms of methodology, the Griffins can't survive that location for very long. So if you truly are using that as your method to get there, you need to find some sort of a plan on how to get out. But in terms of mechanically, it's, I guess technically I think there is rolls. I'd have to go look it up again, but it's not like it's impossible to use them. I guess I just want to make sure that that's clear. It's no worse than trying to do the ship or the other one. There's negatives and pluses to all of them.
I think the negatives for the Griffins outweigh any of the positives. Just
Fair
because
enough,
the fact that
Totally fair. I just
Yeah.
wanted to make sure that I didn't make it. I wanted to make sure I didn't
No.
oversell it as like the worst option
No.
by far. That's all.
no, I think I made that decision because of
Falling or whatever. Yeah, like your own
well,
whatever
no,
choice.
no,
yeah.
no. I made it because they can't stay there. That's what you stated. They can't stay there for that long. So it's either
Mhm.
they got to leave as soon as they get there, or we got to find a way to keep them alive there.
Yeah, but I mean, we're going there to kill Auril, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or is this just to get the orb and the book?
That's ultimately up to the group, I think. Yeah.
I mean, Vellynne wants us to go there for the orb in the book. Kara wants to go there to kill a deity.
Kara wants to at least take a swing, I bet.
So I mean,
Yeah.
if
His best bet would have had Ravenous use invisibility. He could just walked in and grabbed the shit and left.
I mean, if we think that's the best plan, we can go get Ravenous. I'm not opposed to that.
I mean, like
Totally
that's
available.
if we want to be the most sneaky about it, that would be the best option. Just have somebody with invisibility go in, but I don't think that's why we're going there.
Well, so the invisibility Ravenous had, just to clarify this, because you do at least know this as players, was a
Potion.
potion.
Right,
There's a
pill.
potion given to him
Yeah.
by Jinglong.
Well, then we could get Jinglong to help make more.
No, we can't. We maybe make the pill, but we can't get him to come with us.
Yeah,
No,
he ain't
no,
leaving that
but he
fucking
can make a
flower.
pill.
But
No,
yeah,
but we
you
could
could actually try and get him to make a pill for you. That's definitely on the table.
Mallow's
you're aware of
looking
it.
through the alchemy book that he gave me to see if there's anything about it.
Yeah, you would definitely see that there's a potion or a pill of invisibility written. You'd actually see pill of invisibility and pill of greater invisibility written down.
Does
The ingredients make very little sense to you. Hold on, give me a second. Pulling my notes up for that.
I was gonna also say, before we go, no matter what, we need to go to a blacksmith and an alchemist, or an herbalist, whatever.
So
I get the
things-
blacksmith. What about the herbalist? Is that for
I-
your?
So
alchemy
I
stuff?
filled him. Yeah, I
Yeah.
filled him in on this after because I forgot to make it clear. He was given kind of a little, almost notebook from Jinglong that he's. Jinglong
I
said
was given
like a
alchemy
guide.
for dummies,
Yeah.
but from a different dimension.
Yeah. So now he has to go try and get that translated.
Is fair.
But the things that you do understand, you basically would be able to tell. Like one of the things that's mentioned for say that potion of invisibility, you would see. Just want to make sure I'm getting to the right one. He has written basically vital organs of greater monsters with slash stealth comma invis, and the herbs that are written near it are a whole bunch of names that you don't understand, and then he kind of seems to have recognized the fact that you might not know what those are, so he basically writes down wispy herbs.
Wispy herbs.
Yes. So that's what I mean.
Boy,
You really
gonna
need to
tell
get
you
this
this right
shit
now, you're gonna
translated
go-
right. You're looking at it just like, what the fuck does any of this mean?
I'm gonna get you to go in the woods. I want you to find them feather-looking boys. What? Them feather-looking plants.
Them wispy fuckers.
Them wispy boys.
So yeah, it's very unclear to you to a certain degree, but you
Oh
can
my
tell that there's a
God.
recipe there of some sort.
Does he? I just really quickly. I'm not trying to harp on this for a bunch.
Yeah, no, you're good.
In the book, does he just have like an index of all of the plants, at least
An appendix.
an appendix of it?
Yes, for the most part. That's the thing. If you
Is there
the
drawings?
problem is whether or not there's no drawings. It's only by name.
Fucking
So
asshole.
the problem is whether or not you can find an alchemist who can potentially figure out what he's talking about.
Hey, you
Mal's-
know what wispy
Mal's back to
plants
being
are,
a
boy?
mallow.
Yeah, I need to see an alchemist and a blacksmith. before we go,
Mhm.
and I think we go. Mal looks back at everybody. Does everybody agree with the bell?
Yeah, seems like the right call to me.
I'm
Sounds
assuming
good.
Leif is just eating a fish.
Yeah. No, he's drinking from his flask, but close enough.
Okay.
Okay, so it sounds like you guys are going to go to Bryn Shander and then head up towards Angajuk's. Is that kind of my general reading and understanding correct?
I think so.
We do we have marked then? Do we know where to go for the bell now?
Yes, it's on your map.
Okay. Does anybody else have any questions?
I mean, I asked all
Not really.
mine.
Mace?
I'm good.
Alrighty,
Let's go.
fair enough. Just making a quick note of something. Okay, so let me look at something here. I'm going to say
Okay.
that your conversation, you guys were in there for a fair bit, like 2 hours. I don't think it's too egregious. So it's like 5 p.m. Nothing too crazy. So let me just plus just
I'm
make a
surprised
note.
there's not a blacksmith in Easthaven.
Again, so much like the other one,
No, I get that.
there
I'm
would
just
be a
saying, but I
blacksmith
mean, like, a
he does like
weapon
town
one.
stuff. Yeah, it's just not. It's the only actual smith that is like a weaponsmith is the Black Iron Blades in Bryn Shander. So,
Okay.
but with that, let me just still check something. So yeah, so it's 5 p.m. You guys, head over towards the inn since that's where the dogs are waiting for you. Are you going to resaddle up the dog sleds at this point, do you think, and go towards Bryn Shander, 4 hours away? Or do you want to stay here first and then go in the morning?
Gareth?
What time is it now?
5 p.m.
About
It's going to take about 3 hours,
4
three and a
hours,
half
yeah.
hours to get there. Yeah, I say we go now and get there so we can rest up, take care of everything in the morning, and then just leave again.
Alrighty. No problem. Put you guys on Bryn Shander. Okay, so.
Go.
Alright, so you guys would show up at Bryn Shander around 9 p.m. Do you want to try and go to those places this late at night, like your alchemist and
Are they?
blacksmith?
Would they be
Not-
open?
Oh, fuck. Hang on a second.
I guess I would tell you, do me a perception roll.
You
Okay.
fucking bitch.
So you kind of with the cat pull something.
I had a dip cup that I was gonna use, and she fucking walked over and knocked it over. And my desk has drawers all on the side, so I have like 7 inches of space underneath each side.
Mhm.
Now I have to get all the way down to look underneath it.
Rough.
I better go to the antique stores. That's fine.
Okay. Yeah. So I was also going to say a 9 is really tough for you to tell, but essentially what you were looking for is scanning the horizon and seeing if you would think the forge fires are still going. You see lots of chimney fires keeping people warm at night, but it's very tough for you to discern if any of those are related to the forge. So you're not sure if they're active or not at this point. So, with Kara's vote being on go to the inn and you being unsure about the blacksmith,
I would say
I
go
don't
to
have
the
a
inn.
Yeah,
okay,
go to
so
the inn.
Wilton's on that. Okay, so it sounds like everybody's kind of done that. Alrighty, so go to the inn, which is the north look. It's this blue one up towards the top. And here, let me pull you to the inn. So, because I at least have those still. So let me zoom out. You guys can place yourself in through the stairs on the first floor, like right around here. And so go ahead and, however you want to do the long rest setup. Actually, you can do it now. I figure you guys, I was going to let you chat with Wilton on the way, but now's a good time that you can do that.
There's nothing more that I can learn from this amulet, right?
No, not particularly.
I think Miles just gonna go try to focus his ball sack fire, and then go to bed.
Sorry, say that one more time.
I said I'm pretty sure Mal is just gonna try to keep focusing and
Oh, you want to work on your
fraction
alchemy
his
fire?
key.
Okay.
Yeah.
So say that I'm just gonna put everyone around the bar here.
Oh yeah, there's an underneath. My bad.
Mace, I'm throwing you down. Sorry. Perfect. Yeah, you guys are good. Okay. So, oh, Leif. I knew I was missing someone. Yeah, so you guys all gather around the bar first. Mallow, you kind of pull out your alchemy kit, put it on the tabletop, and start focusing in on it. The barkeep and his daughter, they approach and ask you guys if you want any drinks, if you want any food. Leif does his classic, I'll take 4, and they immediately start pouring him drinks. And they look around to see if anyone else wants anything.
Mallow will get food and drink as well.
Well, and we'll definitely get food,
I'll pass.
drink.
What, child?
So Mallow, as they see that you're doing this thing that's like, basically takes you a little bit, but you kind of summon up a really weak flame, and then it goes out, and you're trying to focus in on starting that one, and I'm going to have you do a roll for it later, but like, having done it once, you at least have enough of a hang that like you know what you're doing. And they see you doing this, and they ask, they basically just ask you if you can go over near like a window or a fireplace or something. I'm looking for a fireplace. I think they only have them in the rooms on this place.
Well, it's in a cauldron.
I'm aware, but he
okay.
has never seen this before, and basically he's getting weirded out. So he just wants to make sure that his establishment's not going to burn down, and he doesn't want you doing this on a wooden bar top. So he just asks if you don't mind going like over towards like the windowsill over here, because it's a stone windowsill. And just like doing it there instead. And he says, if you want drinks and stuff, I'll still come check on you. It's just he literally is watching you like start a fire, like spark a fire out of nothing, and then it goes out, and then he sparks again. And he's like, can you please not?
I go sit at that table, and I have the cauldron on the windowsill, and my food, and multiple alcoholic beverages.
Yeah, no worries.
I'm starting to learn from Leif, and I have 4 goblets of ale.
So he totally is like, yeah, absolutely fine, thank you for doing that, and because he recognizes you guys to a degree, and he doesn't want to like be a dick to customers and all that, so he keeps checking in on you as well. So
now that I'm back, Kara will look over to Wilton. So what's your stake in all this?
Mallow is listening to all of this. Mallow is
My
going
steak.
to.
My steak.
Medium rare.
I was gonna say Mallow minor illusions a steak in front of him.
the proprietor hears you saying that a couple times and thinks this is what you're ordering. So he walks into the back room.
Tamer than I thought you were gonna do it.
My face appears on the steak, and it's like, yes, your steak.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Mallow sticks him in the heart.
It's not out yet, but that's what I'm saying. The proprietor hears him say that, and he's like, "Oh, he wants steak. Okay, let me go see what I can."
No, I've minor illusioned.
Oh, a steak. I got you.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying you were doing it to the one he was being served.
No. Just a raw steak on the table kind of thing.
And you know what? I'm just gonna run upstairs and grab the dogs their bones quick. You guys can RP without me unless a question comes up, but I'll, be right back.
So, Vellynne and Imdra had sent me to retrieve you guys to come back, as she had the information she wanted to share with you to continue your quest on Auril.
The steak Snickers.
It just laughs, just starts making a noise. So, hearing of this quest, and being a messenger for her, well, more than a messenger, but being a bit of an adventurer myself, and hearing how you have saved the 10 towns from a crystalline dragon, I had to go out and find you myself, so that I could see the power of this group.
Okay, but you got us to her and back. What is keeping you from or continuing with us, I guess? Like, why have you remained?
Does anybody like it cold here? I look at Mace, because he's made out of metal.
I feel like you're avoiding I'm just not sure what you get out of this. Aside from the thing everyone gets out of this, which is clear skies.
Right field retribution.
Hopefully, a better chance of a better outcome.
And you
Rather
didn't.
altruistic of you.
I have to not go into the mindset of Mallow, which is just paranoia about everyone. Because like this whole time I'm like, yeah, I'll just go over and like start spinning a knife next to him. Just like, yeah, we really want to know what's going on.
That's just, for some reason, I figured you were looking for a reward, or you might have been a. I don't
The
want to use the
reward
term.
itself would be for this area to not be so fucking cold.
The steak immediately just goes gay.
At this point as well, the proprietor comes out and he's like, he has just like these cuts of dried meat, and he just kind of slides them across the table to Wilton, and he's like, I didn't have steak. I just here's some beef.
I improvised.
He like poured ale over it to moisten it.
Yeah, and actually he sees that there's a steak there that looks juicier and better, so he starts sliding it across the table, gets a little self-conscious, and like starts to pull it back, and he
My,
you know, like,
Mello uses minor illusion to have it pop up on two legs and just go, "Don't worry, I'm not real," and then moves itself so he can have the plate in front of him.
just fucking poofs away or some shit.
Just poof, poof.
I mean, that's actually kind of funny. Even Kara would laugh at that slightly.
Oh God!
But
Enjoy your
well-
ale-soaked jerky, sir.
Well, Kara's watching the imitation steaks get placed out, and she's just. You'll have to forgive my skepticism. I don't think any of us are really that altruistic at heart. So it's odd to see.
Well, I mean, when you hang out with the guy over there starting fires, Mallow, you're probably very skeptical of everybody.
Yeah, and Mallow, I guess at this point, since you're doing minor illusion, are you no longer focusing on your alchemy?
I guess not. Fuck it. I'm just gonna take my cauldron back, and I'm just gonna stand right here next to him, just like leaning on the corner, just staring at him. Not intimidating or anything, just looking directly in this man's eyes.
Yeah.
And I'm just changing my eyes constantly so they're different colors and shapes.
Can he see them through the new mask? 'Cause does the new mask have eyeballs? I don't
The
know.
the
I guess it
the
would
new
have to for you.
Mallow
You don't
Mallow
have any
puts
way to
it
see
on.
otherwise. Yeah.
Yeah, but Mallow puts it on when they're fighting.
Oh,
At
okay.
this
So
point.
is your face like non-changed face, or did you change it at all to make it
I
look more normal?
for the sake of the general public.
So
Mallow
they don't
keeps
do
it-
the invasion of the body snatchers point and scream when he walks by.
Oh, God.
Mello keeps a very like normalized pale skin person that looks normal to what his normal features would look like.
Gonna probably dynamite.
Exactly. Poofy hair.
Beautiful.
No, so
Well,
it's just
if you are going to be joining us in combat for this, I didn't get the most careful look at your combat while you were helping us with the giant. What skills do you bring?
Mallow just starts going through like opening his coat and looking at it while he's standing there.
Are you a
Going
mage
through
of
my
some kind?
coat?
Are you a combat? Are you a swordsman? Do you fight with a bow and arrow? What is it you do?
Yeah, so I guess as Kara's asking these questions, and if Mallow's going through my,
I'm like,
trying
I
to
just like,
open my jacket.
yeah, I just try to open your jacket and look at like if you have a
Oh,
sword
like to
on
see
you.
what weapons? Oh, okay,
Yeah, not like,
Okay.
not like, not like.
He's
just
not
I wasn't
undressing
sure if
you.
you're like going through pockets and stuff. I
No,
was
No,
so
no,
like,
Mallow just like pulls open, like goes to pull open your coat to look at what you have to see
yeah,
if you
pulls
have, like,
it back to
some-
see my
yeah.
waist. Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
to see the massive cock.
Yeah. So when Mallow goes to pull back my jacket, I just, I'm looking at him as he's doing this,
I'm dead
And-
eyeballing you back.
and I'm just like, do you want the pointy end of my rapier?
Mallow leans in real close and just goes, "Daddy."
at this point again, because he's been keeping an eye on you, considering Firestarter. The proprietor is like looking at the two of you, getting real close, and he goes, "Okay, if
We
you're
have a
gonna
couple free
kiss,
rooms."
please get a room. If you're gonna bleed, please go outside."
There's no fighting or fucking, I promise you.
Okay, it's just
Unless-
And Leif hears you say that though, and he like looks over at you, and he raises his eyebrows. He's like, "You sure? Because I could really go for either."
Yeah.
I
He's
give
like,
a
oh,
I give a gold to the innkeeper, and I look at him and go, I promise I will no funny business at all. I promise. You have been nothing but kind to us.
Okay, thanks. I guess since I have your attention, should I collect the stuff over there? And he points back to your windowsill where you left like 4 drinks.
Oh no! I go pick it all up and bring it. I brought that with me. Sorry, I brought that with me when I came over.
Yeah, we're gonna say like 1 or 2 over there just to make the scene, so you'll go back and go grab those.
Yeah, the 2 empty goblets that I already drank.
Yeah, that's fine. So you go back and grab those. And then, alright, just look at something real quick.
So you fight with a rapier. Is that all you do? Just not trying to belittle Bramone here, but if we're gonna fit you into how we engage our enemies, we just kind of need to know where you would stand.
Yeah, and then also I'll draw the rapier, not in a
Yeah, that's-
menacing way, right?
You're pulling it out reverse hand. You're putting it on the table, something like that.
Yeah, well, I'm pulling it out, reverse hand. I'll flip it up, and then
you gonna reverse it?
Yes, I'll reverse the reverse, right? And then take my hand and like
Oh,
kind of
me too,
wave it
man.
over the rapier, right? And it will have a green flame attached to it.
Okay.
I have this, I can do some minor magic.
Because I have that ability.
You have green flame blade.
No, I don't.
Carol whips it out. Me too.
No, I can do other things. Detect whether or not fucking what is the wording on this stupid thing?
Detect good or evil? Is that what you're trying to do?
No, it's the fucking. It's a stupid ability that I think I. Oh no, I turned it off as a bonus feature for getting something else. Never mind.
What was it you were trying
was-
to do? Just because I'm curious.
Primeval awareness.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, you were thinking of switching to that one. Which would have what? You're just trying to sense if he was like one of a certain set of creature types or something?
Yeah, pretty much.
And it was like what? Fiend, undead, fey.
It would sense a connection if he had basically anything otherworldly on him. Just so, like, I'm getting the sense that he's a warlock, but I was going to try to magically confirm it, that type of thing. But I think I might have swapped it out for one of the optional features, so I might not actually have that one.
Yeah, that's all right.
I did swap it out. I don't actually have that, so ignore what I was saying.
No, it's fine. It was still a cool idea.
It would have sensed aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, or undead.
The problem with that is I think I'd have to go look again. I'm pretty sure changelings now count as fae. So every time you use
Yeah,
it, Mallow's
so
just
you
there
would
waving
see
at you.
Mallow.
Yeah, but at the same time, so would fucking Daddy.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
All right, but it does not. That's not what's happening, right? Just to clarify.
No, that's not what is happening. I
That's
thought
awesome.
I still had that. I was wrong.
Yeah, no worries. Okay.
Yeah, so show you green flame blade, tell you
Mm.
some minor magic.
Actually, sorry, just quickly, Kara, because your passive perception is 20, 21.
21.
Yeah, that's fine. So, yeah, that's fine. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Fred. Anything else you want to say?
No, that was answering.
Am I
Kara's
noticing
question.
something or no?
Sort of. I just didn't want to interrupt him. So, yeah, as you look at him, you just notice people are mostly leaving the bar. It's actually almost empty now. You basically are watching the last couple leave or so.
Mm.
Yeah, just generally seems to be emptying out at this point. Alright, so Mallow, as soon as you go to return with your cups there, I'm going to actually need you to do me what would be an athletics or an acrobatics check, your choice.
I do acrobatics. 15.
Okay, so I'm going to leave you here for a second. A 15 will not pass. Kara, I guess since you are sort of noticing this anyway, you would see that essentially one of the few things left in the bar is actually a man who escaped your view at first, as he kind of steps up from this chair and seems to walk over towards Mallow. And just as Mallow turned to walk away with these cups, this man's hand darts out and grabs Mallow and slams him against the wall. I need everybody to do me a favor and roll initiative.
Ooh.
Hold on 1 second. I need to make sure.
This will be at advantage for you, Claw. No longer advantage for you, Mallow.
Yeah, that's what
should
I'm
say
just
Mallow.
making sure.
Wait, why am I getting advantage?
You have the
Because
Raker of
you-
Warning now.
Rapier of
And
Warning.
Oh
I thought-
yes, you're
and I
right.
thought you
Absolutely, I
finished,
forgot.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
And
sorry,
I
it's just-
I still have that amulet on in case that does anything at any point
Yep, absolutely. Nope,
this
we're good on
fight.
that.
Wait, why is it not? That's weird.
Is
Oh,
It-
I guess I have to put it in the actual
Oh,
UI of it.
yeah, it's alright. Okay, so.
Hey,
There you go.
It's,
Who needs advantage?
6. I gotta roll for Leif still.
Oh, you already rolled 12. Okay,
Fine.
so you do need advantage.
Truth comes out.
Yeah.
Do you want me to fight for him, Rick?
For Leif, yeah, you know what? If you don't mind, I will assign the sheet to you quick.
advantage.
Actually, does he roll off roll 20 or does he roll off?
I
Just
roll
don't.
20.
I
Whatever
yeah, I
you
was
can
gonna say-
roll it on, I can assign you the sheet on roll 20. Let me see if he has his stats on this. Yeah, he has most of his stuff here, it looks like. So, oh, actually, he's only at level 6 on this. He hasn't upgraded.
He's
it
got
yet.
level. Yeah, so he's level 8 on roll
Roll
20.
20.
So
Yeah, so just roll from there. Hopefully it
Okay.
comes through. I think it should, right? You have your app up or whatever.
yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, that'll make things easier for me. I did roll an initiative for him already, so I have that set. But
Okay.
everything else from this point forward, we'll give to you.
I just figured it might make it a little bit easier for you.
Yep. No, absolutely. You are spot on. Mace got a crit. Yeah, he did.
You did.
What was that? Hey, look at that. It was actually the advantage coming in strong too. That's pretty
Right.
Indeed.
awesome.
Yeah. That's why I was like, wait a minute, he does need it.
9. Oh, I thought you were saying that to Mallow for not coming in very high on initiative.
Oh, no. It was because Mace rolled a crit.
And then
On the advantage.
it's 18. Okay. All right. So we're definitely gonna get right into this, but I need to hit the bathroom quick. Sorry, I should have gone all this dog thing, but be right back.
Good call.
Yeah, actually.
I'm gonna take the dog out really quick if that's okay then.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what? If anything, we didn't really get the 7 o'clock that we usually do, so everyone go ahead and take a minute or two now.
Okay.
Unless you don't want to, then you can just hang around and love you equally. So thoughts on what's happening?
Mallow didn't pay his bet or something.
Fred's got his
I'm
camera
guessing
on.
he has more siblings that we don't know of.
Well,
Well, we know he
That's-
has at least 5.
yeah, that's definitely the case. You already know he has more siblings that you haven't seen, but
Yeah, but okay. So actually, I don't think this is that because it's a little
mean,
too
I do.
brazen and obvious.
That's exactly why I think it's the case. We haven't met the sibling that's the straight man yet.
Well,
Straight man, as in like
I-
the rest
I
of
We
don't
met
know.
the edgy
and
one.
everyone else
We
is
met-
gay. Serena was
We
really
met-
forcing herself with Leif.
We met the edgy one. We met the crazy one. This might be the.
Yeah. No, you met the yandere, you met the kudere.
So we need the sleepy one, the happy one.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, Mallow, I
The
thought was
Healy
the happy
one.
one.
Mallow's the happy one. I like that.
Oh man, that's the case.
That really shows you how fucked this family is.
So this is either the apathetic one or the inwardly angry one that's projecting on others.
Oh God, probably.
But the long and the short is, I think this is a sibling.
Yeah, I mean that was my first thought. I just the circumstances
Because
don't
it
seem
didn't go for
very.
any of us. It went for Mallow.
Well, yeah, but Mallow.
Hey,
Probably
Fred.
just like
Right,
Oh,
Mallow's
okay,
the
you're
only
using
one
your
with a
fingers,
history
never
of
mind.
pissing off people.
I was waiting for a spoon to come up with some fucking ice cream. I'm like, yeah, we got some king salmon here? What's going on?
Wait, did you say King Sam or King Salmon?
No,
I
King,
missed
King,
that.
I
King
heard
Sam.
salmon.
King Sam.
Yeah, we don't
Fred
need
knows why.
King Sam.
Literally every fucking time we played, though, guy stands up, walks away, comes back with like a pint of Ben & Jerry's ice cream, and just finishes it.
Damn,
Fred's
I'd love to
campaign.
live that life.
Oh man, no, you wouldn't. Not that how overweight that guy was. I'd hate to say it. It didn't look comfortable to me.
No.
What,
it
the
did
ice
not.
cream or the chair?
the him, his lifestyle.
Yeah. You
I mean,
hear
I
him
don't know.
breathing all the time too,
Mhm.
and like
Oh,
you'd hear him
God.
go to the kitchen, which was you knew it was downstairs because he would be like,
We actually can't hear you.
I don't know.
No,
We
it actually
couldn't
wasn't.
hear that, but
Your
yeah.
mic is good enough;
I
it
get
doesn't
the
pick it up.
idea.
But yeah, he'd be like huffing and puffing up and down the stairs. Yeah. Regardless, okay, everyone's here, so
I'll just pick it up now.
you could just one way or another. Regardless, let's get back into it, I guess. So, yes, I will be upfront with this. I think, Mace, because of your nat 20, you are not surprised by this man's actions
Oh,
and what he's doing to
weapon of
Mallow.
warning also.
I was gonna say none of us are.
Is it? Oh yeah. Well, I guess Mallow would be the only one who is then, because he's not
No.
within 30 feet of you.
Am I not within 30
technically,
feet of him?
actually, neither
Maybe. I'd have
of
to
the
check
people
it.
that are near me are
Yeah.
surprised because weapon of warning.
Yes. No, you're correct then. In terms of Leif and Kara, yeah, and fucking Wilton's in your range too. I'm just my brain. Okay. Yeah. No, you're good. So those the crew there by the bar is fine. That's a good point. Mallow, though, you will be surprised this first one. Just a heads up on it. So that puts us top of the order. Okay. So immediately, you all kind of hear this slam, and you all look over. So, weapon of warning as well. Mace is vibrating heavily in its sheath. All of you kind of can immediately tell this is, a threat of some sort. And you lock eyes with this, man who is kind of glancing over his shoulder at you as he holds Mallow to the wall, and he simply says, "I'm gonna deal with you all in a minute. I'm gonna talk to my son first." And he just turns
Oh,
back to
God.
Mallow. "Mallow, where
up, Pop?
is your sister?"
I pull out her mask.
Okay, interesting choice. So he will take the mask in his one free hand at this point. If anything, you would watch as under his sleeve, his hand kind of transforms into that long, fleshy tendril that he tends to use.
Mhm.
He grips it from you with that and kind of
The
pulls
baby
it back to
maker.
himself. And at that point, he just kind of looks at it very intently, and then looks back down at you. "I asked where your sister is. She is not here. What did you do to her?"
Can I pause
Mhm.
and talk to DM so that I can remember things since I wasn't taking notes that day?
Yeah, you're good.
She wants to be gone, right? Like she doesn't want a part of this anymore.
As far as you guys are aware. At this point, by the way, you would notice the patron grabs his daughter and just runs into the back with her, and you guys would watch as they essentially disappear behind a door. So you don't have to worry about them.
Because they're smart.
Because it's smack.
The insurance covers the locale, not them.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. Owners, I guess, whatever. With that, don't know where I was looking for, but good call, Claw. Yeah. All right. Regardless, at this point, we will shift to Mace proper. Oh, actually, hold on. I'm doing this wrong, I think.
I can
Well, you guys
answer his
aren't
question if you want.
surprised. I have to determine something quick. One sec. Yeah, okay, never mind. You're good. Okay. Yeah, so Mace, you will get a chance to do something now.
So I guess we've identified this man as the Hex.
I mean, real jump of
straightforward.
logic. But yes, it's probably pretty clear.
Yeah. all things. I mean, he said your sister, not our sister, so that alone just gives me an edge.
Well, he said that I have to talk to my son.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Unless they're talking one
Unless
of
his
those really
dad
weird,
is
like,
somebody else.
he's the bear and Mallow's the twink.
Yeah. Oh God. Um. So that kind of changes things. Either way, I would go up to here and I guess just uh direct myself. Is he like pinning Mallow down? Like what's he doing?
Yeah, so essentially he has Mallow's kind of collar. His hand's not necessarily like strangling him or anything currently, but it's a very firm grip around the cloak is probably the best way to put it, Mallow's cloak, and he has him slammed his back up against the wall, and you can tell that arm has a lot of pressure on it. It's holding Mallow there quite firm. And his left hand is empty as far as well. Actually, his left hand has the mask right now, Serena's mask currently.
Does he have like gloves or bracers on?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So okay, I guess I have to ask here, how is Mallow reacting?
Oh, calm is like my demeanor right now. I'm just
Give
like
me a
slammed
wisdom.
against the wall.
I need a wisdom save.
Goddamn.
I mean, your wisdom is pretty good, right?
No, it's a 12.
Wait,
That
what? You're a monk.
That was one of the things that he misstatted
Yeah.
earlier.
Oh.
Just as I thought. Trash.
11.
So with that, I would say you are trying to hold together a demeanor of calm nature, but it's pretty obvious to you, Mace, that his legs are shaking, his knees are like.
I feel like
wobbling
Mallow
visibly.
would be used to this though. Like,
That is actually the
honestly.
exact problem. Mallow is basically regressing into the state that his brain kind of exists in anytime his father has been in this position with him. Your father does not treat you kindly. He's always ruled you with an iron fist. So when he does something like this, your body essentially
expecting to
muscle
beat up.
memory. Yeah, your muscle
Okay.
memory is going to fear. So your mind is trying to stay controlled, and it's managing to hang on, but your body is trembling. You are still kind of facing this edge
Rick,
of terror. Yeah.
Did you ever change the way that Chooser of the Fallen works, or the?
I haven't changed the armor yet, because I think you need to unequip it to do it, and I just haven't really spent time to sit down and do that.
Okay.
Change it and then put it back on. It
I'm gonna
works.
do that
to die.
bardic thing.
Yeah. So on your actually, is it his reaction? I think is what I sent it to you as. So yeah, that should be fine.
So he has a bardic to whatever he needs to do with that.
So is it a D6?
Yeah, you
was-
get a
you said it was
D6 to
a-
spend.
Is it-
I think. I believe it's because you're at level 2 armor.
Okay, so D6, yeah.
Is before I do this,
It works like bardic inspiration. You can
No,
hold
I
on
get-
to
no,
it
I
until
get
you
that.
need it. It works on any attack roll, ability save, or ability check, or whatever it's called. Yeah.
all I was gonna say is it worth? Am I like feared or anything?
You're not currently in a state of fear. No.
Okay.
It's more that again, your mind. In your mind, it's exactly like you said. You're trying to maintain a very calm demeanor. Your body's not necessarily fully listening to you, but you have not lost any control of your facilities. You have no status effects currently. You're just
Okay.
kind of on
The
that
goal is that whatever command of battle that Kara has, she's trying to impart some of her willpower to Mallow so that
Do
he
you-
can stand tall in this moment.
Do you want me to use it now then?
That is entirely your call once it's in your hands.
edge. Depends on what you're trying to do as well.
Okay, so I guess I'll direct myself to the man. Weapon not fully drawn, but in the process of, and I'll just say, never struck me as a sentimental type, and I thought subtlety was part of the job. Getting sloppy.
Mellow Snickers.
He looks over at you, his eyes almost seeming like they have sort of a glow to them. It's really just the ferocity of his gaze, but you can kind of understand where Mallow has been. This is actually really the first time that you faced the Hex in a first, like a more actually menacing demeanor, right? Because the last time you saw him, he was being
He was
relatively-
toying with us.
Yeah, with you specifically as well. Was trying to appear like he wasn't trying to to kill you, right? He was trying to not seem threatening at that time. Now he just the gloves are off, it seems, right? So this is just it's an intimidating glance, and he basically says, "Clearly, you do not understand my family because you've only viewed it through this boy's lens. I care deeply for my hexes."
Off character, like, are they like Horcruxes? Like,
Actually, no. Ask something in character related to that.
I
Go for
mean, yeah, sure. Do you mean to say that they each represent a sort of binding power?
The power itself is not binding in any way, but it is how we each. It is how I have had each of them create their own identity. We all are the hex, but each hex is different. Just because I have existed for longest and am known as the hex does not mean the ranges of our rumors are far more reaching. If you care to know, and I'm just trying to find my list in my notes, give me a second.
Mallow's gonna create like a gang sign that represents the hex. He's like,
At that point, though,
Represent.
he does go back and I'm just trying to make sure I'm looking at the right ones. So he says to you, "The first that you met, well, that was the hex of eternal slumber. One that Mallow met before, the hex of asphyxiating death. His sister, the one that you met in the woods that day, the hex of stalking death. His eldest brother, the hex of fetid death. We all are hexes, each of us individual in nature, but
What's
part of a
Rime?
greater whole."
I'm having a hard time differentiating between that and a slime that splits. So,
It is not a bad analogy, for we are far greater than what a normal human could ever be, a normal being like yourself. Although a simple slime may be far too easy to represent us, it is not untoward. Any other
Really quick.
questions, or can I deal with my son?
Well, you
Slams
could just
Mallow a little
leave.
harder against the wall. Or you could just leave, you said?
You could just leave.
Takes and starts like walking away with Mallow in hand.
do we have the temp
Just
HP
kidding.
from our
Yeah,
our
you would have
day
everything.
stuff? Okay.
I'm gonna use my action to.
Disarm him?
Good luck.
I mean, I don't think
He's got a lot of them.
Am I allowed to move?
Oh, no,
or
I just wanna-
When your turn
I
comes
wanna-
up, we're in actual turn order.
Okay.
Mace just hasn't finished his turn.
I want his gloves. That's all I
I'm
want.
merely going to try and. Yeah, I'm gonna dash over to here and
Dash isn't dash action, you just mean run.
yeah, it's a dash action.
Okay.
So I'm out of movement at that point.
Mhm.
And obviously I'm not laying on a grapple because I don't have the actions to do so. But I will put like my hand around Mallow's arm and just essentially just stare down the hex and be like, as much as I respect the dedication you seem to have for you and yours, unfortunately, we're in the middle of business now, so I can't allow that to happen.
Do I
So what's the
notice
actual action that
amulet-
you're trying to do, though, I guess is what I missed.
Well, action specifically speaking, nothing, because well, there's nothing like I can do. A and B. I'm mostly trying to position myself in a place where either. Oh, sorry. I probably better to put myself here actually. In a place where Mallow benefits from my aura, and also he would have to take an opportunity attack if he doesn't disengage.
Okay. Yep, that's fine.
Yep, that's it for me.
Alrighty.
Do I notice the amulet like glowing or
is
anything?
that- Claw, can you just draw another arrow for me? Because it's still on my screen for some reason. and I can't seem to delete it. I don't know why.
What are you trying to
Just a distance arrow. A red distance arrow, I think, is yours.
from?
Anywhere. Just draw a new one. I think it'll reset the one that's
Your
on there.
game might have locked up because there's
Oh.
no arrow.
I know
on
it's
our
not there for
screen.
you guys, and actually, red is not you apparently.
Red is
No,
mallow.
red would be mallow.
I didn't do any distance.
No, I know. There it goes. It just it reset. You're
Oh,
good. You're good. It-
okay.
Sometimes when you
Oh,
do
I
that,
did a
you
while
retarget.
ago.
Yeah.
My bad.
It just apparently it's been there for a bit. I didn't even notice. It's okay. I just switched back to that screen and noticed, so I figured I'd get it going.
Claw, if you're looking for an action, you could always use the help action.
He dashed to get close enough.
Ah,
Yeah.
never mind then.
Yeah. So, all right. So, next up in the turn order is Wilton then.
Yeah, so what is going on here, guys? What are we doing?
Chop his arms off.
That's Mallow's father. We don't like him.
Are they just roughly talking? What's happening?
Abduction, probably.
Would Mallow be hearing this?
You can't
Yes.
abduct your own child, okay? I'm telling everyone.
You can't kidnap your kid.
So, but hold on.
Well, he's
hold on.
he's an emancipated adult in air quotes. It's abduction.
Can Mallow hear?
he signed a conservatorship, okay? It doesn't work. Get Britney Spears
Oh,
on this
God.
shit.
Can Mallow hear the good like Kara and him talking?
Yeah, I mean, they're not really
Probably,
trying to hide
I'm
it, I don't
saying
think.
loud enough, yeah.
Can I respond?
Yeah,
Yeah.
right now you can.
Okay. I just scream out. He's tried to kill me since I was a child, repeatedly.
I don't think he was trying.
Oh no, he was.
And you've escaped every time?
Mallow just looks at himself. Apparently.
In the back
So he's let
somewhere,
you.
There's the Monty Python voice. I'm not dead yet.
Yeah.
I'm not dead yet.
Yeah. Move there. I don't really know what's going on or how this is gonna play out, so yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. Do you want to hold an action of any sort? Okay. If not,
My
dude, don't worry about it.
pants. I mean, the cool thing is I have my rapier out with green flame
That's
bouquets
true.
already on it because
So he's standing there at the ready, guys. He wants to help. He's just not really sure.
Oh.
All right, fair enough, dude. That's
I
awesome.
do have that going for myself.
I paid off.
Yes, thank you, Kara.
Oh, that's awesome. All right. Next up would be Leif, actually, with a 10. So at this point, Leif
Okay.
is also going to stand up and, yeah. Oh, actually, that's right. You're controlling him, so go right ahead.
I can't move him.
Tell me where you want to move him. Actually, you know what? No. Hold on. Here's why. Give me a sec. It must not have saved right when I did it before. Edit, because I think I backed out of it instead of hit save changes. Oh, wrong screen. In Memento. I'll give it to you in a sec. Just draw it where you want to go for now, and then we'll.
I know. I'm because we can't go on top of the table. I'm assuming.
You could. You'd probably have to do like an acrobatics check. I didn't mean to hit show to players there, by the way. I'll just exit out of that. It's my fault. I misclicked which one I was hitting.
Shove him next
Alright,
to.
so can
What's your name
we-
again?
Yeah.
What's this guy's name?
Wilton?
Wilton.
Yeah. So
Wilton.
mellow,
Yeah.
mellow. Save changes this time. Do it right. Okay. Now when I delete his token and we put it back down, you should be able to move it. Is it working?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yep.
All right,
Okay.
there we go.
I'm gonna put him right here.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna bonus action because that's
The
less
echo,
than
yep.
30 feet.
Yep,
Yep.
you're good.
Bonus action. The echo behind him.
Absolutely. We usually just drag another one out, so just do that.
Yep. Perfect.
Okay. Awesome.
I'm just gonna put a little. Can I put a thing on him? Okay. Just gonna put a thing on him so I know that it's the echo. Okay. And then I guess the echo can attack. Technically.
Yes, that is correct.
Then the echo. The Echo's gonna attack him.
Okay.
He's gonna try to chop his hand off.
Okay. Totally fine.
Chop his dick off.
Which
So
would he get a?
I think you're being grappled. You're currently not. Hold on, I have to check this again. Okay, because you can
Grappled.
technically swing. I'm looking at the grappled thing. I think because you can technically swing, it should count for flanking still. So yeah, he does your
Okay.
usual kit as it would be.
So advantage.
Yeah.
Oh god, what thing is that? Is that shift? Okay, that's shift. Okay, so he has advantage to attack.
Mhm.
26.
Yep.
13 damage.
Mhm.
And then his second attack. It didn't do the double. Does a 22 hit?
Yep.
I'm gonna roll the other one just in case he crits.
Mhm.
Which he didn't. But a 22, 14 more damage.
Mhm.
And then that's my bonus action. That's gonna be it. I do have Sentinel though, so if he does attack, I am going to attack him again.
Yep, that's fine.
But that's
It's
it.
not. Sentinel is not on. Oh, is it on attack because you're close enough or something?
When a creature within 5 feet of you makes an attack against a target other than you, you can use a reaction to make a melee weapon attack against the attacking creature.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm assuming his echo counts.
Yeah.
I don't
Counts
know.
as him. Yep, you're good.
Okay. And then I guess that's it
That
for Leif.
Should be. Yep. So next is Mallow himself. If you want to move anywhere, you would need to escape the grapple. And that is a action to try and escape the grapple, just so you know.
Can I? This is like half meta because you told me. Can I try to take his gloves or whatever they are? Are
No.
they bracers or like
No,
fists?
they're bound to him. He physically is impossible to remove them unless he dies.
Unless what if I cut his hands off?
Physically impossible to remove them from his flesh unless he dies.
Okay. I can attack him, right?
Yeah. I think with
At
grapple,
disadvantage.
it's no. I think it has to be restrained for that.
Would it be disadvantage
He's
though?
just at speed 0 and sticks with the character right now.
Okay, so I get advantage then still against him.
Checking something quick. Yeah, the only thing it affects is your speed. So what are you thinking?
Oh, so is it?
The only thing it affects is your speed. Everything else is
Okay,
is
so
normal.
okay, so I still get advantage. I'm just gonna fucking not flurry of blows, but I'm just gonna start beating the shit out of him.
Go for it.
Advantage. 26 will hit, and then I'm gonna roll my sneak attack on top of this.
Yep.
So it's 5. I'm down. I'm good with that, and then a D6 on top of that.
Yep.
So another
Another
3
12.
damage, so 12. Then I'm going to hit him again.
Okay.
Does a 19 hit?
Yep.
6 more damage, which I'm actually going to re-roll.
Okay.
For the 2-7, that's better.
Okay.
And then burn a key point and flurry of blows. The 12 probably doesn't hit.
No, will not.
And then one more, 20.
Mhm.
Another 10 damage.
Alrighty.
And that's my bonus action and everything like that. Can I try to like with my crusher feet? Can I hit him into the table?
You can't. He can't move anywhere right now. No.
Okay.
Because you have to be able to move him to a free space with Crusher, and there's no free space around him.
Okay. That's all that Mal's gonna do then.
Yep. So before we move on to Kara's turn, it is your turn next, Kara, but it's just the Hex will look up at Mallow for a second.
I expected you to put up a struggle, but honestly,
He looks around at the rest of you.
if you all truly wish to put up a fight, then fine. I will show you why it is a bad idea. Right, girl?
As he glances over at you with a smile. And with that, it is your turn proper, Kara. Are you muted? Because I don't hear you.
No,
Okay, just making sure. Happens to us all from time to time, so.
She's been waiting for this.
Go for it.
Like, blink, she's there, like damn near vaulting the table and spear attack.
So you're throwing it at him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that one? Of course, it's a miss. And I'm gonna recall it.
Yep.
And of course, it's a miss. God.
Can I give you my bardic die?
Actually, that is a partial thing you can do. I think it just lets him roll it and add to his thing, though. It takes your reaction.
The
I don't think a 14 is gonna hit either way. So.
okay, yeah.
Yeah. So now Mallow does no longer has the die, and you have no reaction left this turn until the top of your turn.
Okay.
Well, if I have no reaction, I wouldn't.
No,
have
no,
been
not
able
you,
to
Kara.
use it anyway.
Mallow, to
Oh,
give it
okay.
back to you, has to use his reaction. You used your reaction to give it to him into the first
Okay.
place, and now he has to use his reaction to give it back to you if he wants to. And that's the only way you can get dice for yourself. So.
Just imagining the Hexus inner monologue of, "Oh, I scare. Oh, she's pissed," and just like makes holes where the spear is going through.
If anything, he just wears a wry grin, not really caring about your spear coming in.
Give me something to work with.
Okay, so let me just check something quick. All right. Kara, what's your AC?
Both of his
18.
hands are full right now.
He has more hands than that. We both know this.
He can't create more appendages. I don't think. If at least within the changeling aspect, if I'm correct.
Just checking. Sorry, I gotta make sure I'm doing this right. Oh, I might be looking at the wrong screen. That's why. Ah, I see. I was looking at the wrong screen. Okay. Kara, as you go and recall your spear the second time and it hits your hand, you see a flick of movement out of the corner of your eye, and then suddenly are bound by a whole bunch of what seems to be metal bands around your body.
I know what that ability is. I'm supposed to make a dex check against that.
Nope, not on this. Not in this instance. You must
So
be thinking of something
would
different.
that be considered an attack against him?
Against Chris?
Yeah.
I guess technically, but it's not from the hex, so you can't use Leif's Sentinel. So, yeah, you can do a check on your turn to try and break out, but if you fail, you're unable to break out.
Yeah, I know exactly what this item is.
There's
it's
no-
only supposed
there's
to
no
go
dex
into
check.
it's only supposed to go into effect.
Make an attack roll with an attack bonus equal to a dex modifier plus a proficiency bonus. And it hit over your AC.
Fucking alright.
Just so you know. You still got your turn in. And with that, it goes to top of the turn order, I believe.
Where's the fucking
Yeah.
bound item?
Alright. So the Hex, seeing that he is in a precarious-ish position, he decides to tuck the mask under his clothing. And he is going to... I just also want to make sure I'm doing this right. Yeah, so this is basically how it goes. So at this point, he looks around, basically, knows he's surrounded. And he just looks down. You guys notice that because there are 3 of you around him, his feet are most certainly currently in shadow, as he starts to just disappear into them. You cannot use Sentinel on this because it's teleportation, so he simply disappears. And then you all watch as the shadow around the kind of foot of the stairs suddenly forms up into a much more massive form that you have all seen before. And it just ekes forward back into the room, settles itself here. And at this point, let me make sure I roll this, because I didn't yet. Yeah, so Mallow and 18 hits your AC, right?
Yes.
So at this point, a tentacle flings out towards you, Mallow. actually, just make sure that, yeah. And it's a... So you take 8... No, sorry. That's not total number. I'm doing this wrong.
Ryan.
Yeah, I'm doing this wrong.
Over here. Come on.
Yeah, this is that. Okay. So you take 33 slashing damage. I need you to also do a grapple check. So that's athletics or acrobatics.
11.
Was with a +7? Yikes.
Yeah, I rolled a 4.
And actually, you're close enough to Mace that you get another 4 on that. So, but even that's only a 15. Right, Mace? Am I doing that right? It's a +4 from your aura?
Yep.
Okay. But yeah, so you get grabbed, and you are pulled next to the hex. At the same time that he is grabbed, the shadows around his feet kind of jump up, and they actually wrap themselves around your head, Mace. And for a moment, you hear these horrifying wailing screams as you take 16 necrotic damage from these shadows before they dissipate from around your head.
Interesting. No save, no nothing. Okay.
Nope. Yeah. With that, he is going to... So you're not currently grappled, by the way, Mallow. But I think he's going to just do it again. No. What he's going to do is he's going to hit you, Mallow. He's going to hit you with a palm to your chest. 18 I know meets from before. This one is only... So this one is 11 bludgeoning damage as his palm hits your chest. As well as... Where is my button? 9 more force damage. And he's going to push you backwards into the wall here. And you all watch as his neck cranes around at the rest of you back at the party. And he simply says,
Are you sure that you don't just want to let me talk?
You said 9 more on top of that 11?
yes. That is the end of his turn, putting us back at Mace.
Okay.
Yikes.
Well, I'm a little conflicted here because I don't think he's going to kill Mallow. Because if
Yes,
he
he
wanted
would.
to, he
He
would
can
have.
bring me back alive.
That's a good point.
Do we have any like free talk, or is this like we're gonna talk on our turns unless spoken to?
No, I'll let you guys be pretty free. I don't think it matters too much.
Anything you'd like to share with the class?
I
Yeah,
think
like-
Go ahead.
WTF, mate.
Okay.
Wait. Why don't we let him talk? Clearly,
What?
he's powerful.
Okay, I understand you're the new guy and you're trying to leave an impression, but
It's
it's not exactly how I do things around here.
okay.
Uh,
Stab
That
first,
said-
ask questions later.
well, no, not quite, but it's not out of the question, you know. It's actually not a bad idea.
Hey.
So, you might be looking to a promotion. I'll just direct myself to the hex, real quick, and say, you've already had your way with him for so many years. What do you want this time?
First and foremost, information.
Actually, I'm doing this wrong because the hex is now reverted. Give me a second to drink some water.
Sure.
Definitely have to condition for this one, but
First and foremost, information. What happened to
the hex of stalking death.
I feel so sorry for your vocal cords.
Nah, you good, man. Now you understand why I was being a little more casual with Vellynne in the first half.
Yeah. Who's he talking to?
Anybody.
Oh, the group.
I mean,
Yeah.
Mace is the one that asked the question, but I'm assuming he means
Yeah.
anybody.
No, you got it. Good job, Fred.
So the thing is, the most qualified person is not here to answer. So
Well, we don't want
okay,
that
I see what you're
answer.
saying. That's fair. I think Leif might step forward. That's fair on that point. So I was RPing him enough earlier. I'll just step forward on this front and just try and direct a little without being too giving away. She's gone. She's gone. That's all that you care. That's all that you get to know. And the hex kind of turns over and he cocks his head to the side and he simply says,
Oh, another one. She's strict with the charms I taught her. She does not love you.
and Leif is like, I don't think I said anything about that. You're kind of weird.
Oh yeah, no, I was gonna say Milo looks over at Leif and he just goes, he taught her everything she knows.
Mallow, you are being gross again. Do not make me punish you with the soap.
not the soap.
Not the soap.
Regardless, is there anything else anyone wants to actually throw in there, or?
I'll just say, well, now you know that happened,
That
but we don't know of her
explains
location.
nothing.
You people are not exactly forthcoming.
She would have been in the mask if she was dead, which means you let her go. Where?
Milo stays quiet.
We have bigger things to think about than your family's locations. We have enough with this one, as I sort of like motion to Mal.
She would not have run. So what did you do?
And he's like glaring at you specifically, Mallow, as he says this.
Nothing.
You said you say the word nothing specifically.
Yeah. I say I did nothing.
Okay. I think it's.
I'm not you. I don't
technically
control everyone.
Your turn, Mace. Let's just do an actual action at this point, so we can start
Okay,
stepping
okay.
through. I like I said, it is still pretty free, but I'm gonna try.
No,
and
totally,
keep
absolutely.
us-
In that case, I'll probably just whack him.
Okay, fair enough, bro.
Uh,
All right, so go ahead and try.
yeah.
How you gonna do that? What's the plan?
Is that, and I don't think that hits.
Okay, so hold on. Where are you moving up to, first off?
Oh, right. For some reason, I thought, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, no, he did his thing.
Yeah, I'll move over to here,
Okay.
and I'll try to smack the first time.
Yep, so that does not quite hit, and also I need you to roll with disadvantage on all of these for current.
Oh, sure. And
Big four is a
then
little different.
Again.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that will not hit either. So as you're
So
swinging
as I'm
through,
trying to hit him, I'm just gonna say, your failures are your own.
he kind of, I guess, says,
I do not know failure.
and
Looks
as you're
about.
swinging, by the way, your swings are a little bit oddly. Let me put it this way: as you're swinging away at him, you were swinging what you thought would be swings that would land more to purchase than they really did. But for the most part, whether it's because it's tough to tell where his actual fleshy masses are underneath this big black cloak that he wears, that's almost like a shawl hanging over everything, hides it, or if it's something further, but you basically are always like swinging and hitting air. Like even when you hit the shawl, you can't find the fleshy bits. It's what it seems to be. But
Okay.
besides that,
So it's not a me issue; it's a him issue.
sort of. I mean, you're still missing his AC. I'm just trying to put more context
Right.
into how or why.
Yeah. No, I just because for some reason, like the first time you mentioned
Yeah.
it, I
No,
thought
this is
maybe
the
I was
first.
feeling sluggish.
No.
or something.
Yes. That's a proper thing to point out. Yes, you're correct. It's not a you issue. It's a him issue in that regard. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Good pickup on that. Okay. Anything else you want to give a try to?
No, I'm good.
Okay. So with that, it is Wilton's turn again.
Okay. I am. So I guess we're not letting him talk.
Doesn't need to want to. I mean,
Unless
Can
we
the
don't have-
hammer can speak.
Can he talk in front of us? Like, is that allowed?
Kara is still restrained. Just fucking hit him.
Okay. I'm gonna cast blindness.
Mhm. Yeah, I don't think I have that
on-
built into the
Yeah, I don't see
sheet.
it there. I'm, like,
I
looking
don't
at the other
think
sheet.
I
think
tried
it's
to
a
find a
the
compendium.
compendium.
Is it? I might have missed it.
It's alright.
Let
I'm
me
just
see.
working off of
Roll
D&D
20
Beyond.
or that. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, so I'm gonna cast
Oh, there it is. It's
blindness
not actually.
on
Okay.
Yeah, see, I thought it
Leif.
was. And
Oh yeah,
And
the
I'm not going
blindness
crazy.
deafness. It's there.
Oh, okay, then I did it wrong. Fuck it, all in up. I'll navigate just to.
What the
general spell
fuck,
book.
Rick?
I'm sorry. I tried to put a sheet together proper. I tried to do it. I fucked up
I
twice.
can't believe you.
I'm sorry. I'm a failure.
So I'm gonna cast blindness on Leif and Mace.
So Constitution saving throws for those two.
Interesting. Okay.
You need a
see.
Constitution saving throw from me?
No, Leif and
Or
yeah,
Leif.
sorry, Leif. I do from Leif. Yes.
13.
Okay, Leif will fail, and
Why are
Mace
you
will fail.
casting blindness on us?
And is it blindness or
Oh.
deafness?
Dual
to
agent
clarify?
low.
It's blindness, and I will say, brother. Oh, I guess you're saying that as Leif. I'm gonna say, because my brother is Mallow.
Oh god, damn it.
I am the hex of the fetid curse.
And he, at this point,
So yeah, both of you guys are blind,
is correct.
and I will move here next to my father.
Good call. So, with that, it goes to Mallow. Oh no, sorry, Leif. Leif is
I
technically
think
up
that's technically blindness.
first.
so we
Leif,
need to
yeah, Leif
change-
is up first, so as well, just to make sure that you heard me. Yeah. So you cannot currently see.
Put the grenade. Can the... How does that work with... Hold on.
All right. So
The echo
at the end of
can
your
still
turn.
technically see.
Yeah, that is technically correct. But at the end of your turn, as well, you can choose to not choose, but you can make another Constitution saving throw. But it is only at the end of your turn. So.
I knew something was up with you being cagey about answering what you could do
Yeah.
and why you were still with us.
And I want to preface this as well because I don't want this to become like you thinking this is going to happen in the future. This was an opportunity where I knew that we would be going into no real session next week, and Fred was unsure on how he wanted to continue with an actual character. So I said, hey, you want to just try and RP for me instead? And I gave him this one. So this is on me,
Brilliant.
and it's not something I'm intending to have players do much in the future. I just thought it'd be a cool opportunity. So please don't make it force you.
When have I taken offense
No,
to
no, no.
this?
I'm saying
I
this
was-
more because I'm really worried that I've done something now where the party's going to be skeptical of everybody that I possibly bring in as a replacement, and I'm just trying to be like, I'm sorry. I know it's going to seem that way. I promise it's
Oh,
not my
okay.
intention. It just
Well, I mean,
this
too
is my
late,
one
too
shot
late,
at
you've
it.
now-
This is my one intended shot
You've
at
now
it. Okay.
set the stage. This is gonna be
I know that's the
suspicion for
problem, and that's
everything.
why I'm all like fucking up in my own hair about it. I'm like, it was such a cool concept, but I'm also really worried that it's going to make the party just be like, we can't trust anything.
So guys, we
Yeah.
kill everyone else who tries to join. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
No more new players.
That comes back.
Well, the good news
Nope,
is,
you're
Fred,
dead.
I know you're really good at making characters. You've got like what 16 built already for that one thing, so you just go down the list.
Yeah, we'll
No,
just.
we said anyone else. People we already know. That's a different story.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
fair.
okay.
Pluzak still exists, right? He's
Yeah.
in universe.
So
yeah.
Pluzak's good.
Yeah.
The echo is gonna move up.
Okay, that's fine. So he will also swing with disadvantage if he's going to attack.
Is the echo blinded?
Nope.
Nope.
Mace also swung with disadvantage, and he wasn't blighted.
Oh, okay.
I will explain that if it becomes possible to, but you'll have to figure it out. We'll see.
Is he a large creature or smaller?
Seems like large right now.
Yes, he's large.
Oh, that's gonna. What is it?
I hope Hutch comes back for one session.
Oh my
Oh,
god!
everyone just
Murder
Yeah,
him
everyone's just immediately just like, nope, gang, cut his head off,
Everyone
throw him in
did.
the fucking blizzard.
You guys surround him first.
Someone's got a rope and a noose already. Where'd you even get that? Kara's like, I've had it in my bag of holding ever since the first time with the hex.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be the one with the rope. Leif is the one with the rope.
That's actually really fair. I'm sorry.
Leif's echo is going to attack.
I'd just take him up to terminal height and drop him.
That's fine. Go for it.
And-
It's just at disadvantage.
No, I know, I get that. He is going to state to. Oh, what is it for disadvantage?
What do you mean?
There we go. There's a button like a keyboard press you can do. And as he's going to swing down, he's going to talk to his sword and just be like, "There's a time for help. It's now." And he's going to make
My
his attack.
guidance to you is
21.
to obey what he says, short of him trying to kill you after. A 21 will hit, yes. And
Nice job.
with that, I need to do a thing. Give me un momento.
Do you mean to wait to attack again?
Nope. I mean, you can swing it. It's just going to give me a second before anything happens. And actually, this one will not be at disadvantage. I'm in the wrong menu. That's why.
Would he be at advantage then, since he's like surrounded?
Nope, because there's no flanking currently. But let me get this correct now. So this... He seems more like a normal person now all of a sudden, as you notice that the greatsword cuts very deep into the cloth. You specifically, Mace, having swung against it before, would most certainly notice this. And it's very deep in that cloth that it finally finds purchase. And a kind of mystic enchantment, I guess, illusion, is dispelled for, at least for now, that seems to have been making this person appear much larger than they actually were. Thus, you were never actually swinging very clearly at the defined body within. And then for mechanic, just so that you guys understand what's happening, he has a cloak of displacement. So he uses that as kind of his way of creating an illusion that he is bigger than he actually is. Now you have solved the mystery. Because actually, Mace, the reason I'm specifying that is you actually were picking up on that back after the first encounter.
Right.
That it was weird that he was just this big fleshy mass as far as you could tell. So
I have a question
That'd be
for
why.
that after we're done. We'll discuss it then.
yeah, that's fine.
Leif
I mean, you can
is
ask
gonna.
now, and I'll just tell you if it's something to talk about later.
It's an illusion that fools the eyes, correct?
Not as far as I can tell.
Would I have been able
It's
to
no
detect
different-
and determine his actual size using just blind sight?
No, you would have been able to detect the space that he was pretending to be in. It's no different than the fact that Mala's cloak, or the way Mala's cloak works, I should say. It is part of the magical illusion around it, right?
Okay,
So-
just it was.
Yeah, no, it's still a good question. I just, as far as my understanding of how this works goes, the only way that you might be able to see through something like that is with like a true sight, because true sight specifies in itself, if I remember correctly, it sees through magical, like all magical illusions. So blind sight, you'd be able to tell where his whole big form is still, even in the dark, but not specifically where the fleshy mass is within inside until you knock the cloak illusion off. Regardless, he is currently without it. Let me go back to the swing that you did second, or did you not do it yet?
I didn't do the second
So
one
just
because
a normal attack at this point.
Leif is going to turn around and ask Kara and go, "Do we attack the dark-haired one or just the father?"
Kara restrained like a fucking mummy on the table right now.
Actually, you can't. You can't do that. Can't ask that question.
Why?
Leif currently has no understanding of what his echo is doing, because he's not sharing sight with it currently, unless you want to go into that as, I think, an action or a bonus action. And the echo itself can't talk.
Oh, okay. Then he's gonna keep beating
So-
the shit out of the dad.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, you could have the echo point, I guess, between the two of them. You just can't make the comment. The echo can't talk.
Okay, yeah. Then
Blind, he can't even point at that.
The echo can.
Well, the echo can.
Leaf can.
The echo's gonna point at both before.
Kara nods.
Okay. So you know that she's looking to attack both, essentially. Your choice of which you
Okay.
do. It's just, which one do you want to swing at this point? Still just go for dad?
Still just go for dad.
Alright, that's fine. So just go ahead and do damage.
Another 8. I'm gonna re-roll that to 16. And then
Okay, yep. That's, I think you could have a bonus action, I guess, but...
I could use second wind or not second. No,
You
I
could
could do
as Leif,
action
but-
surge. Well, the second one he's at max health though.
Mhm, Yeah, I
Then
just
I
want
could-
that, yeah.
I could action surge, I guess.
If you wanted to.
One additional action. Chris, are we trying to kill him?
That's a more your call than mine at this point, because Kara has made it clear on every occasion possible that if it ever came to blows with the Hex, she was going for the kill. It is up to the rest of you to talk her down.
Okay, then I'm doing action surge and attacking 2 more times.
Okay, go for it.
So, my thought process here is
16.
I don't know
That will
just
not hit.
how
No.
much we're actually impacting him.
18.
That will not hit, no.
Okay.
But if he really cares about his hexes, we should maybe put that to the test. We have one right here.
That's
Why do you think I said go for the attacks?
No. You're misunderstanding. He's
No, I
attacking
know
main
exactly
body.
what you just said.
Kill Mallow?
No, I know. You guys are
Yeah,
just kind of
yeah,
seeing past
of
each other.
course,
You're
Kamala,
all
what do you
you're
mean?
all agreeing, and
Okay,
it's
good.
just like talking about it from a different way. Kara's whole point when Leif was pointing between the two was like, yes, you can attack the kid. You should attack. That's fine, and that's kind of what you're saying too. Is like, well, hold on, So
Oh, I thought he was attacking the hex.
Leif misunderstood and continued to attack the hex, but the
Okay,
answer Kara
gotcha.
gave was yes, attack both. So
Okay.
I learned
And,
that lesson.
and you
the
mean
last-
attack Mallow,
yeah,
right?
yeah. You wonder why you're tied up.
attack.
Because he is a hex as well. So if we kill that hex, then it would hurt the big hex.
No, the,
Yeah,
the
there
you
issue-
go.
Like, okay,
I
there's
like
no
it.
we in
Just
this
kill Mallow.
situation.
what Rick is referencing is the fact that I talked strategy with him about how I would do things differently.
No.
last time
It has
biting me
this.
in the
This has
ass.
no relation to you having
Wait
talked
a
to me about
second.
that. This is the hex's response to what occurred. He is aware of what you're capable of.
Let's use the deadliest weapon in all of D&D.
Basically, advanced net.
If I summon another, oh no.
I have one shot to break out of this because if I fuck it up, I'm trapped in this for 24 hours unless they let me out. So, thanks for that.
Leif stumbles over and gives you a fucking help action.
Okay.
Leif is
I
blind.
think that that's true. That Leif is blind, and you already used both of your
Yeah,
actions
no, I
for
know.
attacks.
I'm
That would have
No,
actually
I-
been possible, though. I mean, in terms of that, yeah, it's mechanically.
I know what I need to do to get out
Do you
of
want
this.
to? Hold on. Do you want to wait and Mallow can come help?
No, I know what I
It
need to do
depends
to
on
get out
turn
of
order,
this.
So,
I'm next in the turn order, I think. So
you actually are after Mallow because he's a 9.18. You're at 9.16, as far as
okay,
I
well,
read.
my response is, I have a way out. If it fails, then someone else needs to get me out.
I think I
Because-
can...
Because
Oh, I know what you're
only
thinking,
every
yeah.
creature gets one attempt to break me out.
I don't know if that's the case. I'll double check that, but we'll see.
That was my
No,
interpretation
he's
of
right.
it.
Is it okay?
So is it Mallow's turn?
If Leif's done,
Yeah, if Leif is done.
Mallow's next.
Okay. Am I in any type of shadow?
In the corner, yeah, I guess you'd probably be in shadow.
Is there shadow behind?
Your brother? No.
God damn it! Can I see any other shadow within 60 feet of me?
Anything near the tables.
Anything near the tables? Okay.
Yeah.
Mallow is gonna teleport to like here.
Yep, that's fine. So you kind of like sink down into the corner shadows, and you come up like crawling out from behind, like a chair, essentially like fucking
Under
a
the
chick from the
chair.
rain. Yeah. But yeah, you pop up there without any issue.
And then I'm going to start yeeting darts.
Okay, go for it.
Eat them up.
So
Actually, would Mallow be able to see into like here?
At that point, yes.
I wouldn't be able to get darkness to just cover the two of them, could I?
The two of who?
My brother and my father. The 15, is it a
not
15-foot sphere?
Not, I think, with where you can see from currently. You'd have to probably be able to see further up the stairs. Put it further in. Like,
I like
so
hop.
I'm just, assuming that you're drawing like, your line of sight, right? So something to this effect. So you could put it where you could see it, through the door, like right here. So if you came up to here, and so you could put it all the way to the back wall, is all I'm saying. So you could then potentially place the circle further back, but you could only put it as far as you could see into that section. So.
Well, it's on a 15-foot sphere, so it really okay. I'll go here and cast darkness because that should be able to be.
Yeah, just do me an athletics check to make sure you don't fail climbing up on the table.
Can I make
Or I'm sorry,
acrobatics?
acrobatics. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. The wrong one. Honestly, you could probably have done either.
22 or 14. Why is that an advantage? 14.
That's okay. 14 will be enough. You're fine. Just climb out on the table.
And I'm gonna pop 2 key points and put darkness there. And draw shape. Is there?
Yeah. So hold on. You're trying to do like a 15-foot circle. You said.
Yeah, 15-foot circle. So that's covering Dad and
So first thing I'll do.
my brother.
That should be a 15-foot radius, right?
Yeah.
So that should be a 15-foot radius circle. And you're trying to put it so just basically covers the two of them like that.
Yeah. It's a 15-foot sphere, I think.
Yeah. So usually that is saying its radius in that instance. So this should be 30 across, so 15 radius, right?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. All right. So that's Mallow's turn. So in this instance, Kara, go right ahead.
All right. Before I start making moves here, I do have an interpretive question for you.
Okay.
If I were to use Misty Step, would I be able to teleport out of the rings?
Gonna look them up again. Un momento. All right.
It says I'm restrained, so I know I can't move. But I've teleported out of grapples before, and I feel like this is a form of a grapple. Is this a viable option?
What does Misty Step require for casting?
Only
Somatic,
verbal.
verbal?
Only verbal.
Only verbal, huh? Okay, hold on.
Misty Step's
Well, okay,
description?
so I guess, yeah, I gotta look up Misty Step quick.
I'm going to read it to you. Misty Step's description. The range of activation is self. It is a bonus action. It's instantaneous, and it's a verbal component. Briefly surrounded by a silvery mist, you teleport up to 30 feet to an unoccupied space that you can see.
I guess the question has less to do with Misty Step. You'll be able to activate it no matter what. The question
My question is, can I escape the binds with it? This is why I'm posing it to you instead of declaring it.
I'm aware, but I think that the better way to question it is how selective is Misty Step in what it brings. If you're holding a dagger in your hand, can you choose to not bring the dagger? And conversely, if you have a backpack on your back, can you choose to not bring the backpack?
Well, generally when you teleport,
you and everything
you
on
bring everything on you with you,
so
but
I
the question
think
does become, is it something that I acknowledge, or is it something
it's
that
not
is
a matter
on
of
me?
acknowledgement at that point. I think it's just taking.
This is
you and
why
everything
I'm
on you.
asking you as opposed to just assuming.
Yeah,
I think the
think
general consensus is anything that you're carrying or wearing goes with you.
Yeah, and I think this is essentially like forcibly equipped is how it works to a degree.
Okay. So
I would say
I
that
just want.
essentially the spell would activate. You would be able to teleport to a different location in the room. You would just still be in the restraints. So there's nothing
the
stopping you from
reason.
using it. It's just not.
So
Yeah.
your answer dictated which pathway I tried
Right,
to
right.
escape
That's-
from.
that's what I
if
figured.
if we're
But-
going with Misty Step as a no-go, then I'm gonna go with option B.
Yeah. Again,
I mean, but
just to
it
clarify
does only
again,
state
it would.
self.
Yes, but
But-
that's the whole point. Is so again, but self is what? So then, does that mean every time she uses Misty Step, she theoretically should be naked in the location she goes to?
Yes.
Once an item is
Yep.
on her,
New
right?
rule.
Like, yeah, there it is. But once an item is on her, what defines the difference? You know, just because she wants it to be there or not doesn't, I think, make the difference on it being with her.
Okay. So
Well,
If
it's
it
like
was that-
If
my.
she, go ahead.
Well, hold on. In the same instance, Shadow Step
Mhm.
just states that I teleport,
Yes, that's how almost all teleportation works. Is it takes you and whatever's on you.
but you can use it to get out of grapple. So then,
Yeah.
and he used Misty Step to get out of grapple. So wouldn't it bring that
But
person
a grapple,
or B their hand?
a grapple is very different. He's restrained. He's not grappled. And usually restraining causes is done with an item, like you tie someone up with rope, they're restrained. There are a couple different like combat mechanics that you can restrain people with your hands, but for the most part, yeah, restrained is different from a grapple. They're actually two separate conditions in.
Because the other idea is like if I'm chained to a wall, if I Misty Step, do I bring the wall with me?
It's a great question. I think what you would
It's up
bring.
it's up to your interpretation, which is
Yeah.
why I'm directing the
Well,
question to you.
Yeah, no, and my answer even in that situation, I think would be, again, yeah,
bring
you
the
would take
bangles.
you would exactly, and maybe even the chains if they're considered a part of the bangles. But it's yeah, at some point the wall is not what you're being held by; it's the chains and the restraints, right? Those are
But the
just,
wall's connected. The chain's
yeah, but it's
connected
not.
to the.
It doesn't. It's not the wall can't inherently be holding you. Only the chains can. So those are the thing that's on you. So those would go with you. You could theoretically teleport. Like unless magic is restricted in that area, you could do that. It would just take the monocles and the chains. Probably would be my call on it. So again, even in this, you could do it. It just takes the thing with you.
All right. So
Yeah.
now that has been settled,
Misty
I'm
Step
gonna
on
go
top of my dad.
with option B,
Maybe.
and I'm gonna Giant Smite.
Yep, I figured that was the one I was thinking you might do. So yeah, in this case, I think it would because you don't have the size to grow bigger currently because you're restrained. You wouldn't grow
I don't
bigger,
care
but you
about that.
definitely have your advantage still. Yeah.
Yeah, and
So
now
go
that I
ahead.
have advantage,
And,
I want to try to break free.
Yeah, I think it's just a straight strength check, but I will
Strength
double
check.
check that it's not
Yep.
a saving throw. Yeah, strength check, just straight strength check.
Oh, I only have a +1 to those. Why couldn't it have been a saving throw? Well, fuck. Here we go.
Hey, you gave yourself good advantage at least.
18.
It's not quite enough. It is a 20. So it's a
Alright,
good
so
try though.
I'm stuck.
I will tell you it's a good try, and you still technically have the giant smite active. So if someone breaks you free, you do still have the advantages. So
Is it just
Yeah,
a strength
but-
check to beat it off of them?
each person has one chance to pull it off, and then after that, it's essentially enchanted, so that when you try and grab them again, it doesn't let you. Is the best way to put it.
Yeah, it's the best item to counter me, and I'm pissed that it was used.
literally is a magic net. Like
So I'm gonna sit here and kick my feet up. Good luck, guys.
Can you attack the net to break it?
not in
I
this
am
instance.
completely immobilized. I can't do shit.
No, I'm
He
talking
meant for
about
him.
other
He meant for him.
people.
No, it is only by that strength check or finding some other method, kind of like the attempt with the Misty Step. I'm not going to say that there aren't things that I haven't thought of that you guys might. So
Mallow, when before, really quick, Mallow's going to grab that fucking amulet and talk to it and just go, if there's a fucking time for you to protect, it's fucking now.
seems relatively inert at the moment. Still sense the same stuff from it, but
You
doesn't seem
still
to respond
haven't
to it.
found your one true love.
Just stab myself in the fucking chest.
Yeah, okay, roll it. I guess that's all you, man.
Well, no, I used my action. Unless I
No,
bonus action.
my turn
that's
is
right,
over,
that's
so
right.
we're going
Yeah.
through the cycle now. But no, the only chance that people have, or that I have to do anything, is if other people try to break me out. And
Oh, I
Well-
will tell you this, by the way, Harrison, because we missed it, and I'm willing to be kind of forgiving because he's not either of our characters. Roll a Constitution save with Leif. His turn passed.
Oh, for blindness.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it at least on that one, because like I said, he's not actually here to. He's usually pretty good about remembering that shit, so
11.
doesn't really help at this point. But at least we got the chance to try. But yeah, sorry to interrupt, Chris. But anything else you wanna? Not that you really can.
And fucking nothing. There are things I can do,
But
but
wait.
I gotta wait.
Yeah, no problem. Alrighty. So then we should be back at the top of the turn order. So at this point, because you can't really
Nice.
see him, I'm gonna make it so that this disappears. And do this. So you watch as essentially.
Where the fuck did he go?
He's
It's in the darkness. You
Can't
can't really
see.
see what's happening. I mean, technically, I should probably do it to this one too. It's just not going to matter much. So it doesn't take too long though for you guys to see. Actually, do it this way. As they both just kind of pop out from this side of the darkness. Basically, you would see Fetid as being pushed by the hex, just guided, essentially. So, Fred, you're going to have 10 feet of your movement, 15 feet of your movement gone from next turn, just to balance that, but he moved you out of the darkness at this point. And
Would
Mallow,
Leif get an opportunity attack?
I don't
He
believe so.
would not see them in darkness.
Yeah. Actually, I'll give you this. I don't think Fetid would have ever been able to, because when he's pushed out, it's like here. But I'll give it on the hex when he pops out. Like you could probably swing it at him here, if you want to try.
26.
Okay, that'll hit. Yep, that's fine.
He can't move
Leif's
anymore.
Yeah, no, that's
character
fine. That's okay. Doesn't matter much.
hooks him up.
13 more damage.
Okay,
I
absolutely.
don't. What did 2d 6 plus 2? Okay. I'm gonna Oh no, it's once per turn. Never mind.
Okay, yeah, no, that's no problem at all. So the hex is stopped there, but he is still. Well, actually, hold on. You had to swing a disadvantage with that. I just realized.
I thought
Because
you said
notice
there
he's
was
big
no more.
again. Notice he's big again. The cloak of displacement, once your turn starts, it activates again. So swing that one again for me at disadvantage.
12.
So yeah, the 12 will not hit in that instance. Then sorry, I spaced on that. But so in that instance, he does move forward, move out. Apparently, I grabbed the circle somehow. That's cool. How about if you let me grab the tokens next time? That'd be even better. There we go. So it will go back to where it was. Oh, sorry, Fred. I think
Yep,
you were.
that's fine.
I think we're over one more.
Okay, here I thought he had absorbed him or something.
Yeah, yeah, if only. And he's just going to he's gonna do a hit on you, Mallow. Let me say that he's got only one left though, so this will be the last swing on his turn. Yeah, so with the 26, he will most certainly hit. That's
No,
I'm
doesn't
going to
hit.
use a reaction.
You want to, Kara?
Yep.
What are you thinking?
I'm going to use the Cloud Rune, and I'm going to redirect that attack to the other hex.
Okay, absolutely.
So whatever damage you roll on the Mallow, he takes.
Yep. So it's just gonna be, and
Is he making like an unarmed attack against me?
yes.
That's gonna fucking hurt.
That's a total of 14 damage. He was only using.
Shit, I wanted to get one of the heavy ones.
Yeah, I was gonna
still
say,
swung
doesn't he
with
have
his
those gloves?
Yeah, that was with gloves. It's 2d10.
Jesus.
He rolled 7 on both.
Plus
Or
his
not
unarmed.
I'm
doesn't
sorry,
he?
not on that. I just mean altogether that. Yeah. So.
Oh, okay, I was gonna say plus his
Got it.
D12 or whatever for fucking monk.
D6. He's got less monk levels than you.
That bludgeoning.
The only difference is he would have used sneak attack if he'd had advantage.
It's bludgeoning. Some of it's bludgeoning, some of it's force.
Yeah, that's fair. I will tell you, it is. It was 7 and 7, so it was 7 bludgeoning and 7 force. Yeah, he didn't have advantage, so he just didn't swing sneak attack. Was the only thing missing. Though.
The one time he doesn't hit with a monstrous strike, and I
With
use
that
that ability,
though,
I feel
he
fucking
hasn't
worthless.
used a bonus action.
I tried.
Yeah, no, you did. It was a good call. It's just tough on this character. The difference is that it makes it difficult is that the gloves, whenever I use them, doesn't always have the advantage it gives is situational, and whether he heals himself or not is not something you guys can inherently see from him. So, did I hit the button? I didn't hit the button. That's why it's not rolling. Okay. So let me just do 1. So a 23 will hit you, Mallow. And you take 16 damage. That's 11 bludgeoning and only 5 of the
What's he
force.
attacking me with?
He's
It
hitting
says I
you.
can still attack in restrained.
Yeah. You just have disadvantage, I think.
Oh, fuck me. I could have been... okay.
Yeah, your hands are like kind of by your sides and difficult to use, but still technically available. I think that the only thing... Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it. Regardless, he's flurry blowing, so he's going to swing one more at you, Mallow.
You said 16 damage?
He did, yes. The first swing was 16. Does a 17 hit your AC?
Yes.
Okay, so he'll hit you with another one. And this time, so that's that, and that. Oh, no, that's the wrong. Excuse me, hold on. 17 total damage.
Okay, I'm down.
That's 12 from
I'm
force,
down.
and the rest. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So Mallow is currently down, and he looks out at the rest of the party, and he says one thing to all of you, and I will be kind of honest because we are getting close to 9. This is kind of a question that you might want to think on, give him a proper answer to.
You now have 2 choices. I can take my son and learn from him what I need, or you can finally answer my question. What happened to the Hex of Stalking Death?
Okay, I mean, out of character.
He said,
Do
"What
we
happened to
actually
Hax
know what
Stalking?"
happened to her? Like, 'cause
Yeah,
she
you
kinda
guys,
just
you
left.
guys were the thing that. Yeah, that's correct. But all he knows is she's gone. He's looking for details.
Okay, well,
I can try something, but with the way I've been rolling tonight, it's not going to work.
If you think you need to be persuasive or deceptive, then maybe. But if you just tell him,
I have
an
advantage
honest
on
answer, that's
deception.
fine, so it's your call. One way or another. What do you have advantage on
Leif
deception?
tries
Oh,
to
one of your runes, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Leif tries to intimidate him.
What does he say? And you can
Oh.
roll.
Oh no, I'm making a joke, but I think does Leif have? Oh
But
no,
the
never
issue
mind.
is I don't know if the fucking bastard has advantage or expertise and insight, because if he does, I'm not making that successful roll.
I mean, if it's a monk, it's probably got inside out the ass, so...
Alright, so out of character. What do we do? Because I don't mind lying about this, but if I get caught in a lie, well, goodbye, Mallow.
So
Not like I can
here's
try
my
to
thing.
save you here.
I mean,
And
okay,
again, it's tough because the main person involved is not here. But personally,
Yeah, that's fair.
in my opinion,
yeah.
the bitch never did anything for me. In fact, she tried to kill me, so I have no loyalty for her.
same thing with Kara.
Yeah,
love you
I
guys.
don't either. But I don't like the hex more.
You hear Pluzak from a town over. I don't like her.
Yeah.
Honestly, at this point, I'm surprised that you guys are like, yeah, we'll keep Mallow. It's like literally has done nothing but fuck over the group.
I think that's actually not inherently true anymore.
Uh,
I think, if
don't
anything,
say
your
you
recent
guys-
actions were probably helpful in making them not feel that way as much. So,
It's also the fact that you're learning.
and also Fred, great point.
Yeah, don't say you guys. It hasn't been the whole group that's been like, let's keep Mallow around, okay? I think both of my characters have been very adamant.
Yeah, he just had to take a break
This
before he could find a reason for his characters to kick your ass out.
As Kara
This
was a
dude's a
formerly broken person, she understood the feeling of being broken. But, I mean, is anyone going to say anything? Because if not, I'll try my bit. Well, I mean, worst case it happens, I fucking
Yeah, it
fail
sounds
and
like
Mallow
it's
gets
either
kidnapped.
you or Mace, right? Just judging by what Claw was saying. So maybe you guys flip a coin and give it a
I mean,
shot.
Mallow's
Let-
out.
let's-
Or you
so
let
honestly-
Mace go first, and if it doesn't work, Kara, or the opposite, who knows? You guys
Sure,
call,
you
but-
go first.
Leif gives Mace's
Okay.
Leif's echo gives Mace a help action.
Leif's Echo is
no, I
currently
mean,
just staring
there's-
at Mace with big puppy dog
I'll
eyes.
literally just say, she left to live a life of her own. Where she went, we don't know. She didn't tell us.
So he kind of
And she left the mask by her own volition.
He cranes his neck towards
My
you.
plan's out the window.
You-
Never mind.
And you
Show him, and you show him the rapier.
it's okay. He turns his head towards you, Mace. And you can tell that his gaze is very intent on you.
She would not leave of her own volition. I
Rime.
made sure of that. What purpose would it even serve?
Piss you off.
And what would that do? I hold everything she wants.
Well, it seems like you're here and your assets are elsewhere. Who knows? Maybe she's smarter than all of us.
She is not smarter than me. Maybe all of you might know. She is
Yet you
but
came to
a
us-
frightened little girl.
And you came to us for answers when you know everything.
I went to the source. It does not mean we aren't tracking her. I wanted to know what happened.
Well, you've got your answer.
You have only said little, nothing about the actual events. Why
We-
would she have left? How
fought.
could she have left?
We fought. We won. She left her mask and said, think of her dead, and left.
He stops and thinks.
Left our mask with Mallow.
No, she just left her mask. Mallow kept it.
Why would he keep it?
Well, you knocked him out, so we'll never know.
He has said nothing to any of you.
You think he talks to us about his own internal strife? We haven't even
Yes.
gotten to that point.
I believe you all know much more than any should.
Well, your children like to taunt people when they fight with information. We pick up a thing or two.
So he stops for a second, and I do need to do an insight roll.
I'm not lying.
No,
Some
it's
of them
not on
do
you.
like to talk.
It's not on you. It's not that. So he kind of looks you all over, and he's definitely believing that what you've told him is the truth, just not the whole of it. And he kind of finally settles his eyes on Leif, who is still blinded. He's kind of like grabbing at his face, trying to figure out how to fix his eyes.
Shoving fish in them.
And he realizes something. And he says,
You, the one who was her fuck toy. Why did she offer herself to you?
Unzips pants.
so at this point, Leif is going to kind of keep himself quiet. But he's kind of locked his hand over his mouth and is slightly being obvious about it. So the hex turns to the rest of the party.
You said she fought you and Brad. Why does that one reek of affection for her?
Ella, what the fuck are you doing? Hold on one sec.
Why not Brad?
Ella, what are you doing?
What is it with my rolls? I had such a good session the last time.
It happens, man. It's okay.
I mean, you rolled an 18 on strength check. That's still
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah.
Or 17 plus 1.
Was someone saying something, Claw? I think I did. Ella was being a butt.
No, I was just only saying that we try not to ask.
No, okay. So no one wants to answer that question?
Well, I don't think we can we?
Yeah, Leif is the only
you
one
guys
that
are
knows.
pretty aware of what changed that made her make that offer. I think it's just a matter of whether you want to talk about it.
The answer to my question is fuck the hex. So he can
That's
get
no.
shit from Kara.
Alrighty, any of the rest of you? I mean, Mace, you were a little more open. I wasn't sure.
I mean, Maze would not. So, the extent of loyalty that Maze currently experiences prevents him from divulging information that is not his to share.
All right, no, that's totally fair enough. Just want to make sure we all are getting our chance. Okay. All right. So in that instance, he will reach down, and he's going to start the hex. I mean, he's going to start shuffling through Mallow's clothes, and he's going to take and find his original mask, which
I broke it.
Nope, it is magical. You cannot break it. I went back and I checked as well, and the party basically talked you into keeping both masks.
Yeah.
Your intention was to try and set up an ambush for the hex, but then you guys went and spent 14 days in the wilderness, I believe it was, and time passes. He kind of got to it first. So he finds your mask in your clothes, and he takes and replaces the one that's currently on your face. And you all would watch as a surge of dark magic, just kind of. It's the same sort of magic, not magic, energy, I should say, that the hex kind of has been utilizing. It's like what attacked Mace's head earlier. It pumps up from through Mallow's body essentially into this mask, and Mallow's body just lays there inert for a minute. And the hex holds this mask up and kind of turns away from you all and replaces his own mask with it. And he's just going to shuffle over to the other side over here. And you all watch as his body is kind of twitching and flinching is maybe a good term. Anyone want to say anything before I take Harrison down below?
Good.
Mace, come closer.
Kara absolutely says that. All right, so we're gonna do this.
I tried to
quick
type it
stages.
into the thing with an emotion, but apparently that didn't go over. So
yeah, so we're gonna try and do this
I
in
got that.
kind of two quicker stages here because I don't want to go too much longer, and this is technically the end of the night, and we're kind of wrapping it up here. So just as a heads up, so if you guys do want to have any final actions, you get one turn each to kind of try and figure out what you want to do if you do want to do any last actions at the hex. Well, meanwhile, he's
can I
gonna be
try to
twitching
free
water.
Kara?
Oh, absolutely.
No,
you will definitely be
I
able
want to
to.
hit
I'm
you
just
with
gonna.
lesser restoration to cure your fucking blinded, so
I'm
you can
gonna-
throw your fucking hammer at that
Yeah,
mask.
That's true. You are
so
still
Mace,
blinded.
you would be blinded still.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And so
Well,
what I'm
then-
going to do though
jeez.
is I'm going to give you guys some time to plan. Is all I'm thinking. So I'm going to pop down to the channel with Mallow quick and just need to get some stuff from him. So.
We need to break that mask.
All right.
I don't think you can.
Okay.
I was just clicking
So
on there.
in your instance, once the mask kind of touched down on your face, you lost all ability to do death saving throws as you were technically stabilized by dying fully. The mask has now absorbed your soul into it. This is something that Serena has had happen to her before, and it's something that you are now getting contextualized. When you were growing up, she basically would always kept saying to you things like you'd complain about the training, and she'd say there's always something worse, Mallow. Just stay on his good side. There's always something worse. And whenever you asked her about what's worse, she would just say the darkness. This is the darkness. It's very akin.
I'm just imagining Itachi's Sharingan thing where like he's just stabbing Kakashi 1,000 times.
Not quite, but in this instance, it's actually similar to what you guys have already experienced once before with Leif's father when you kind of fought him in that dark arena. But there is a difference this time in that when you were there in that instance, you felt like everything was it was weird, but nothing was wrong. Here in this space, everything is horribly wrong. You are very much able to kind of retain your memories, your sense of self, but you realize you have no control over it. You are basically just sitting floating in an endless darkness, no sense of touch, no sense of time. You have no idea what's happening as you are watching your own memories kind of flood through your mind. It starts off with kind of some of the earlier stuff in the Icewind Dale campaign, when you met the group and, how you went to the fortress, little things here and there. And then once it gets to the point of you guys traveling in the wilderness, around the time you were going to visit the Goliaths, the original two clans, things kind of slow down as you realize the Hex is probably searching your memories for what happened with your sister. And very much so, he finds them without issue and watches through the entire scene, and he just chortles in your head. This loud boom.
Chortles?
Yeah, a laughter. A kind of childlike, gleeful laughter
Okay.
as he sees essentially everything that happened that day in the fight with Serena.
Okay, so correct me if I'm wrong, and this is me just so that I understand fully. They fucked and then she left.
Opposite. Well, sort of. It was, you fought, she changed. She decided that she didn't want to fight anymore, went to run away, and offered Leif to come with her. So she technically ran away, and then he came back to the group after.
Yeah, but what I mean is like fought. She went to go run away. They followed her. They
Yes.
fucked. Then
But
she
what
left.
you're seeing
and they
is actually not. That's not even really focused on in the Hex's mind. He does kind of. You sense that same kind of childlike sense of laughter when he sees that. And maybe you get a sense of his thoughts being something to the effect of, well, at least she, was on the right track mentally. But otherwise, and that's in specifically relation to when she said something about, Dad would probably let me keep it if it was yours, referring to the child she wanted. But besides that, he doesn't really care much of that end of the event. The part that he seems to spend a lot of time focusing on is the moments when Kara's ear were kind of grafted to your sister and the change that occurred in her after. But with that, the memories kind of cease at that point, and you still hear your father's voice just in your head as he basically says to you,
I told you before, Mallow, your flights of fancy would only be allowed for so long. If you really wish to live this life, to turn your back on the Hex, then fine, I will show you what that truly means.
and with that, the darkness just cuts, and you feel a complete sense of nothing. And it's almost as if, basically, as far as you can assume, you are dead. So, for right now, you think you're dead.
Yeah.
Good job. Now we'll see what happens with everyone else.
Okay.
Alright,
The plan here is
we're
you
back.
do my restoration and then I try to destroy the mask.
That's what I would do,
Okay.
Okay. So,
because at this point, he's gonna learn more than I want him to learn.
so at this point, you would all kind of, well, actually no, if anything, the ones who'd see it would be Kara and Leif's Echo. Notice the Hex walks back over towards Mallow's corpse. His own mask has been replaced back onto his face, and Mallow's mask is then placed gently upon Mallow's face. And as far as you can tell, nothing seems to really be happening anymore.
Mallow's still lifeless.
Yes.
Well, I mean, I still have two things I can do, so I
Alright,
can.
so if that's the case, if you guys want more time as well to plan, please feel free. I didn't mean to interrupt in that regard, but I will tell you we're going to start with Mace, and then we'll go down through the turn order, essentially.
Fuck, never mind. I can't help you
If-
then, because
if-
I go last.
No, if we need to change orders of things, that's fine too. Like I said,
We
my
can just
intention
hold an
was to
action.
let you guys plan. That was the way I was going to start it. If we need to shift it around, that's fine. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
It was hold an action, so.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna
you
get
get a
closer
turn,
to
so my
Kara
friend, don't
until
worry.
she does her thing, and then I'll, once she does whatever she needs to do, I'll attack and try to destroy the mask or damage it or something.
Destroy Mallow's mask?
The mask that he's putting on his face.
Yeah, so to re-clarify, he took that mask off at this point, put his own mask back on, and he's walked over and put Mallow's mask, which was the one he was wearing, back on.
Oh, so he
Mallow.
already did all the bullshit I wanted to prevent. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, preventing the bullshit was not letting Mallow die. And it took quite a few steps to get to that point, so.
Right.
Never mind. My idea is shot. No point in doing it.
Okay. Well, I guess we're just witnessing deep horror.
Of some sort. Okay, so if that's the
I
case,
mean, you can't see anything.
guess let me just
so
ask it this way. Do you want to do anything, Mace? Hold an action? Take a turn? I think you're still
Mallow is
technically
not
blind,
grappled, right?
No, but he's dead on a table. I can put an X on him if you want, or an unconscious thing. There you go.
Right. And masks are currently on the respective people's
Mallow's
faces.
original mask is currently on his face. The Hex's original mask is currently on his face. Serena's mask is currently unknown. The last time you saw it was the Hex tucking it away under his own cloak.
Okay, well, I'm going to come over here.
You're still blind.
I am.
So I'll let him
But
move over
blindness
this point.
only really.
Yeah, I'll let you move over this one, but you're going to have disadvantages on sight checks or swings, I think, is the two important ones.
Oh, I'm not trying to attack.
Okay.
I'm going to essentially
I guess my
just.
question would be, how would he know Mallow's there?
Oh,
If he's blind.
Oh, good question.
when did that
Because
happen?
he was in the opposite.
He was already
camp
blind.
here.
I was already. I mean, I've been blind most of this fight, so.
Yeah.
They got blinded once darkness came up.
Right, that's what I'm thinking. So I think
Well, he was
technically you
blinded
jumped on
before
the table.
darkness came up.
If he was blinded before darkness came up, yeah, he doesn't know you're on the table.
Okay, then I don't know. I don't think I do anything at that stage.
All right. So do you want to hold an action just for like, so you can hold your action using your reaction, right? And then at the end
Yeah.
of your turn, quote unquote, so now your held action is into your reaction time. You can do your check again. So I'll let you do the check and stand next to the table with a held action if you happen to pass. Honestly, I'm trying to wrap up, so I'm trying to find ways to make it a little easier
I
too.
totally understand. No, I'll hold an action to whenever I recover my sight to attack an enemy if there's any in sight.
Fair enough. Okay. So then you'll do that. Then it is Wilton's turn.
Are we retreating? I guess
Yeah,
we didn't talk about exit plan.
Yeah, that's fine. The exit plan exists. Your father will look down at you at this point and tell you,
We have everything I need. Unless you have something you wish to do, it is time to go.
Okay.
Yes, Poppy.
Yeah, Daddy.
Knew we should have gotten rid of those fucking
where's
masks.
my lord?
and the hex just goes,
I know the way you feel, Fetid. You may give him one kick on the way out.
You knew it. Yeah. So as
I'm glad that we
as
were at least on the same page in that regard.
as I walk by him, I'm gonna do I guess unarmed strike, right?
That's fine.
what you
Yeah,
would-
that's fine. Oh, just kicks Mallow in the side of the head.
Immediate triple failure. I'm dead.
Well, it's automatic crit.
Yeah, that's fine. It counts as two
Advantage?
failures essentially.
Yeah, it is advantage.
So that's and that. So 18 plus 4. I think.
Oh
hits
yeah,
him.
you hit.
Yeah, you good.
You
hit
hit
with
with
just
the
the
first
18.
one.
Yeah.
Well, and with the +4, you would have hit the other time. Me too.
Oh, for some reason I thought you were like
Oh.
16 or 17.
Okay. So yeah.
Nope, I told you, Mallow sucks as a character because I fucked up making him.
Nah, I disagree. I think Mal's a great character. I've had a lot of fun with him. All right. I more mean having you here to specify. But all right, so go ahead and do. Yeah, sorry, no man, that's just two failures.
Yeah,
so
it's just-
you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So at that point, you just kind of walk by Leif, who's blind. He doesn't know what the fuck's going on. But otherwise, Kara. Well, actually, Kara, you stuck
So
with
that
one
was
more
one
turn.
action. Can I use another action
Yeah, absolutely.
on my way out?
That's fair. Oh, it depends on what it is. That should be fair. What are you looking to do?
I want to throw another iron bands of binding.
Technically, I think you can, or does that take the whole
It's
action?
an action. So I have 2 actions.
You have more than one set of
No, you have
bands?
2 attacks per action, right? Yeah, he had a in case he missed the first one, he had a backup.
You just
Uh.
didn't want me in this fight. God damn.
No, I was actually going to use them on 2 people.
2 people? Oh, okay.
Um,
My intention was that way, but one or the other, it didn't really matter to me. Hex's
But yeah,
intention
if I
was to
missed
talk,
somebody,
so.
I was going to do. Oh, you attack twice. Yeah, that's right. So is this an attack?
Yeah,
well,
I
it says I
can
make a ranged attack
attack it
roll.
with-
If it's an attack, I think with the bands, it's a full item use.
hold on. I'm
So
trying
would
to- I'm
that
trying to
would be an
figure it out.
action then, right? Because you're using an item.
You
Yeah.
can use
Right,
an
so then it's not
action
an
to
attack.
speak the
Okay.
command and throw it. Yeah. So the interesting thing is, I would agree with you, Fred. The action of throwing it is just a normal attack roll. The action that you would need to do is actually to activate it with your command
Yeah,
word.
okay.
So
So that's fine.
Yeah.
What other action can I do?
Do you mean to add 2 failures or a failure to my?
you could. Don't worry about it too much right now. But it's not a huge issue at the current moment.
I should have rolled sneak attack damage.
You coulda. It wouldn't have made much of a difference. Just clear
No, it
text,
doesn't
but-
matter. Yeah, I guess I don't really have another action per se.
Yeah, no worries. Honestly, at this point, your father's looking for you guys to leave anyway, so it's not a huge
Yeah.
issue.
So I'll go.
Okay, so he walks on out. So interestingly,
I also
actually,
call
Kara, you technically
Mallow a little bitch
absolutely,
after I kick him.
absolutely, and all of you
Say
hear
you-
the venom, and you're like, "Damn, that's real older brother shit right there."
Wait
Yeah,
a second.
Your daddy's little baby.
Does
True.
And I kick
does
him.
did Leif go?
Leif, I'm kind of ignoring because he's blind. Sorry. At
Well,
this point, we're-
I'm
we're-
asking because I could switch places with my Echo. My Echo can get a reaction attack on my brother.
It's
Just-
still blind.
Oh.
Your echo can't
No, the
see.
Echo's not blind.
No, but I think
The
the
echo doesn't
issue.
see.
But you're just
I think
switching
the issue.
places.
Well, and the issue is Leif can't see, so Leif wouldn't know that the brother is coming in that direction to do that.
Oh, that's true.
That's the bigger issue I see.
That's my turn.
Yeah. I'll let you. I mean, technically, it's still not. It would be Leif's turn now anyway. So if you want to try and do something with Leif, that's fine. But yeah, you would not have been able to do the echo switch
I should have pushed Leif over.
because Wilton had an 18 and Leif is a 10 initiative anyway. So it's his turn now. Is there anything you want to do with him?
Can the Echo go help Kara?
Yeah, Echo can walk over and do a help action on Kara of some sort. Help whatever. her
Can I
next-
can I try to break the?
So you
Yeah,
could
yeah.
you can do one of two things. You could give her a help action, which gives her advantage on whatever next check she
Well, no,
wants to do.
She
Or
can't.
you
I
can-
thought she couldn't do another check.
She can't do a check on the bands. It doesn't mean she can't do stuff. And a help action lets whatever her next check is have advantage. Or you can choose to try and break the bands free, which is a strength check.
I'm gonna try to break the bands.
Okay. Yeah, so that would be a strength check. Just a straight strength check.
Okay. I need to roll
A 20.
I would also say
a
that
16 or higher.
everybody doesn't know
The DC
that you
for
only
that.
get one chance to do it, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
So your
Yeah.
your character would just be restrained, and then each person would just think that, you could keep trying.
Yeah.
Can I? There
It
we
wouldn't
go.
be until you try the second time that you'd find out, correct?
Damn it!
Yep, it's not quite enough. You grab the bands, pull on them. They seem to just be even tighter on her at this point.
Now, does that count as Leif or Leif's Echo?
That counts as Leif. That counts as Leif. Leif's Echo,
Leif just keeps making
It's-
echoes.
yeah,
Oh, we failed.
it's-
Try
yeah.
again next turn. 6 seconds
because
later.
it's inherently like a part of him. I'm going to say it counts for him. Sorry. All right.
That's-
Anything else? Okay, very good. Kara, you can do something if you want to try. Yeah.
I spit at the hex.
Good girl. Roll me a fucking
Attack roll.
attack roll. Yeah.
See if you hit him. With disadvantage.
one damage.
It wouldn't do damage, but it would make her feel good.
Yeah, it would.
I'm gonna make a dexterity roll for this because I think it's a finessed move.
Fair enough.
Yeah. It's a ranged attack.
Yeah, it's a raised attack. I like it. Gets the COVID. There you go. Fuck
20.
it. He's technically
There
you
you go.
technically would have disadvantage. Well, I'm gonna give it to you because it doesn't do damage to him. It just drips down his cloak a little.
Kara chuckles.
Yeah, Kara's
No,
like,
she-
fuck you. I at least got something.
There's the rabid dog right now, and even the hex knows if that cage comes undone, she is going to savage something.
Well, okay. Speaking of, so at this point it goes back to the top of the turn order. The hex moves past Mallow's corpse, and as he does so and goes to step out past it.
Oh, I have a bonus action. I'm
Okay,
gonna
what
bonus
do you do?
action Healing Spirit and put it on top of Mallow in hopes it revives his ass.
Okay, that's fine. So your healing spirit pops up, and the hex looks over and chuckles.
That was unnecessary.
And he kind of just... you hear a noise that sounds like snapping fingers, but these the tendrils of darkness again kind of flood out from underneath his cloak, and they seem to stimulate Mallow, and you get... do the actual roll. Where is it on my fucking buttons?
Damn it, Dad!
No, there's reason for this. Don't worry. He still wakes up with a huge fucking lump on the side of his head. Don't worry. There it is. So you would regain 9 hit points from him. You do regain consciousness, but I would tell you you're prone. And it's not your turn, of course. So you can't really do much with it. And then, as he goes to kind of walk past...
You
Leif,
also get 3 from me, so...
Yep, totally fair. So another 3 on top of that, so 12 total. As he goes to walk past Leif, he turns to you, Kara, and he simply says a word in another language, and the restraints kind of loosen upon you. And he goes to turn to walk away, and the moment that he does, all of you just kind of have your vision immediately black out. And that is where we're going to end this session today. Alright.
Dun, 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 dun.
Dun, dun,
I was expecting us to get our asses handed to us. I just didn't think it would be that bad.
And now you
I
know
didn't
what
even
I
attack.
fought solo.
With
I didn't even attack you guys.
Yeah.
oh yeah, my
well,
dad's dumb.
No, you did something more important. You disabled me.
Yeah. Honestly,
Well,
though.
I disabled everybody because that's.
Also the blindness. Yep.
I tried to get you guys to talk.
I know you did.
Yeah, that was our intention in general. But yeah,
Nobody wanted to talk again.
that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. It was all accounted for. It just means you didn't get one outcome of many. That's all. I like how the only thing I can see on the screen, by the way, is Mace's fucking health bar.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let me actually clean the fog of war off at this point, because that was just for the effect, and we will come back in and figure out what the fuck is happening next time.
In the next episode.
Hey, that's correct. And let me clean these guys up, and you guys are good to go. I'm gonna clean up the
So,
circle.
I want to see this.
It's fucking the band's let go. Kara immediately expands.
I don't think the band's let go.
The hex said the keyword as he left. That was
Ah,
yeah. Sorry.
motherfucker!
Sorry.
Damn it, Dad!
Your dad's got plans. He's trying to do a thing.
So wait, do the bands retain their
Oh,
abilities?
you know what? I'm sorry. I did forget one specific thing that I do need to caveat in here. As he goes to leave before the darkness falls, the last thing that he utters to you all is,
Until now, I have been protecting Mallow. But if you all wish to go against the Hex, you will feel the full force of the Hex.
and then it cuts to black. Sorry.
Next time, don't tie me up, bitch.
Yeah, there you go. And actually, you know what? I'm going to tease you a little bit, Mace. As soon as the darkness falls, you hear Chance say, "Oh, he's here."
Wait. Okay.
Yeah, tease you a little bit of that too.
And
So-
the amulet did nothing the entire time.
There's a very specific reason for that.
All right. Well,
only-
two things then. One being, we never. I mean, I don't know what the future with Chance is, but we never really went in the direction of the weapon upgrade shit that we.
Yes, so that is happening in its own way. Technically, he is partially at level 2 right now.
Yeah. Well,
if
we'll,
you
we'll
want
kind of
to-
have to consolidate that.
Yeah, if you want to explore uses of that level 2 stuff, I would tell you the best way to do it is
Right. Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know. I know what you're saying. I just meant like I didn't know whether or
it's
not we
available
were
now. I should have
moving
been more clear
in
on that. Yeah, the voice change and him doing the walking thing was kind of the moment it
Of
starts
course.
to become available.
Yeah, I mean there were hints, of course. I just didn't know anything. For
Yeah,
certain.
you're right. I should have been more clear on that, especially like I could have just told you after the session. So
And secondly, at this point, I am thinking I will end up taking up an oath. So
fantastic.
I don't
Fun.
know how you want to like.
Yeah. So
Because I do want there to be a thematic,
Reason.
like
Yep.
in-game lore.
So I already have a couple of threads in the background that could influence one way or another. So we'll take the next month to just talk about the first thing I want to do is make sure that the character goes forward in a way that is still mace to you.
Right.
So we'll find, whatever your oath that you think would be a good oath for him to move into to be, and then we'll find the reason for it based among
Sure.
the threads that I've got. So,
Mhm.
or the god for it, or whatever.
Sure. Well, that's the nice thing about paladins, at least,
Yeah.
in comparison to clerics.
Yeah.
They don't need a god.
Well, and yeah, exactly. It's the oath that you're swearing to is whatever you want. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, exactly. And it's one of those things that, like, that's kind of what I mean is like, I say gods, but I just more the reason I say that
Yeah.
is because like you have
The source
Kara,
of the power.
you have
yeah.
Kara and her gods, so maybe you're like swearing an oath to uphold the justice that she's
that's
taught
one
you,
of the thoughts that
or
is crossing my
you know,
mind currently. That's why like I wanted to like discuss that with you like over time, of course.
yeah, exactly. Like I said, we actually have essentially a whole month before this session, this campaign picks up again.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna do that one shot, so we'll figure that all out. But that's like
Mhm.
passive build a character we play. So anytime you want to talk to Mace, talk to me about Mace and where we're going, I'm around. Totally happy.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, let me hop off here. I gotta go deal with stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'll be going to.
Later.
Yep. Have a good
Good
night,
night,
guys.
guys.
See you all
Bye.
later.
Bye.
Great fucking session, though, guys. Thank you.